Tanya, you ready?
Yes.
Good, because you're fucking going.
Yeah! Tiara, you ready?
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
Good, because you're going.
Yeah! Matt, you ready?
Yes. Good, because you're fucking going.
Yeah! Dean, are you ready?
I'll be right where you're at, me son.
Good, because you're fucking going.
Yeah! Victor, you ready?
It's not a goldfish.
Good, because you're going.
Yeah, welcome back to this very special episode. Go ahead, Al.
That's all right. It's Thirsty Thursday, and we are hanging out with our buds, crushing some puppers. By the way, this episode here is brought to you by Puppers.
Fat puppers.
Tribute to the Great Canadian Show, Letterkenny, and of course, Shoresy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah, hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah, fuck yeah.
Now, I know what you're thinking. There's many other podcasts about Letterkenny out there, but this one is lousy. Completely lousy with co-hosts.
That's right. I'm Al, one of your hosts, and joining me from the Greater Toronto area, as always, is the lovely Tanya in the room here. And online, we have Squirrely Matt and the viral Victor.
He probably should take something for that. And I'm your other host. And joining me out here on the West Coast in Portland, Oregon, is my wife, Tiara.
Oh, hi.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wait. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I regret nothing.
All right.
We've already got people in the room.
That's right. So, we got a lot of people on screen tonight, so we need a little bit of an order here. So how about tonight's lineup will be Tanya, Matt, Al, Victor, Tiara, Dean, and who do we have on the screen? Who else do we have? Awesome.
Yep.
And
we've got Amy, who is one of our guests for this season.
Hi,
Amy.
We're supposed to have somebody else on, Johnny on the Spot, who is a fan of ours, actually showed up this week, donning a TPS hat and a "How are you now?"
Yes,
shirt.
I saw that.
And,
Looked great.
kind of like what Matt's doing right now.
Exactly.
Hat and "How are you now?" T-shirt.
Doesn't
We
get
all
any better than
family
that.
here.
That's right.
love it.
Very good. Well, I mean, we've got so much to get through tonight, so I think we're going to kind of skip some of the usual stuff and just go right into the advertised content tonight. So here we go.
Previously on Letterkenny.
Last week at the produce stand, we reviewed episode 6 of Shoresy, Don't Poke the Bear, with our guest Michelle. That episode was a unicorn, getting a fresh rating from all of us. And according to our scientific Twitter poll, 97.8% of you agreed that the episode was fresh, and 2.2 gave it a clearance. Thank goodness there were no compost given. What did you guys do over on the West Coast there, Dean?
Yeah, well, out here we had our longtime pal and guest here today. Awesome. Handing out squeezers left, right, and center. JJ, of course, we had to drop the mitts on him. So we all felt very strongly about this season, and it was especially the finale, and really left us wanting more. Tiara, would you?
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I don't need anything.
Yeah. So,
You're good.
Yep.
Very cool.
Summed it up nicely.
I've got some theories on JJ, but also some other fun theories that I'm sure we're going to get to later on.
All right.
So here we go.
Well, don't bore us. Get to the chorus.
This week, we're going to recap and review the entirety of season 1 of Shoresy with our buds from How Are You Now? And so we're going to start off with episode 1 called Never Lose Again. Our guest was Robbie. And who's on How Are You Now for that one?
Yeah, we had David Mack, our latest table read writer.
Oh, yeah. What a great script he wrote, too.
So much fun.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was a blast.
That was a hoot.
If you're listening at home and don't know what we're talking about, go check out the YouTube channel for How Are You Now? It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was great. If you're having a hard time remembering what that episode was about, we do have a limerick here to play for you. So
Shoresy and the Bulldogs are feeling the pain from another loss, 20th in the campaign. Well, Nat thinks of folding. Shoresy's plan is a bold one to make sure the Bulldogs never lose a game.
And on that episode there, we have a clip, and we instead of doing the MVP on the Produce Stand, we handed out game sticks, and this is me handing out my first game stick for that episode. So my game stick for this episode goes to Shoresy because Kiso's flexing muscle. He acting muscle. He hasn't flexed. He's not allowed to flex with Letterkenny. Letterkenny, he's supposed to be stoic. He's supposed to be squinty, and he does it well.
Saw his eyes.
He does it well. In this one here,
I didn't even know he could open his eyes.
There you go. Shoresy's showing all sorts of new emotional range, and I'm loving it, and comedic range. Holy, like funny. Like I was saying, I think in the after party last week, it's kind of unfair because this guy, he's a brilliant hockey player. He writes really good scripts. He's a good actor. And he's funny. What the fuck? Like, what can he be bad at something? Please, like, come on.
Maybe he's a bad singer.
Yeah, you know, who knows? Yeah, maybe he's a good drummer too. By the way, like he's so. Goddamn Kiso. So it's unfair. Like Kiso, smart enough. Like you got to be bad at something. Anyway.
Yeah, I've talked to Trevor, and I think they've done both karaoke together. So I think he could sing as well.
Yeah.
The whole
It's unfair. It's unfair. Anyway.
I love how thirsty Tanya is in that clip, right?
Oh, she gets even thirstier later. Trust me.
Thirsty Tanya is thirsty.
Dean, what did you guys? You ran some polls for these episodes, right?
Well, yeah, I did. I'll cover all the ones, but I did. So as far as our rating for that, I mean, I would say I don't think there was a miss on any of these.
No.
So I think for us, we're all fresh. Across the board, yeah, you could.
Yeah, I mean,
there was
I
one.
grumped about stuff, but I didn't ever grump.
I think
about
there was maybe
episode.
one episode that fell close to clearance, but it was
interesting.
Let's see if it aligned where Al and I may have been.
Yeah, we'll see.
But
we all, Tanya, myself, Matt, and our guest Robbie gave it a fresh, and Victor gave it a clearance. So there you go. It wasn't a unicorn.
Yeah. So I did a poll, and we had almost 400 people in on all these polls.
Nice.
That rated both the episodes and then best clips from each episode. Now, and also I seeded the polls with some of the clips that we had done.
Yeah.
But I made it so that people could add them if there needed to be. So now this first one that I got, I had the for what and it took off. Yeah, exactly, that one. And it took off right off the bat. Somebody added this one in, and once it went in, it took over and never looked back.
You know what's fucked, Cora? The amount of times your mom's faked a jellyfish thing to get me to piss on her.
It's the mother of all chirps. I love it.
Oh man, that's a great one. So yeah.
So when we gave out our game sticks for this one here, I gave it to Shoresy, Victor gave it to Sanguinette, Tanya gave it to Nat, Matt gave it to Sanguinette, and our guest Robbie gave it to Shoresy.
Yeah, I think our game stick, I mean, for me anyway, would have been Shoresy. I don't know about T.
Yeah, Shoresy.
Yeah. Because he's definitely the face of that episode. And with all his new characteristics that you've seen now versus Letterkenny, it's hard.
Man, Sanger hit the ground running.
Like, oh yeah, he did.
I just love this kid.
But he grew so much over the season.
Yeah, Sanger showed the most growth in my opinion. Like Shoresy showed some, everybody showed some, but Sanguinette went like first episode was very timid and like, okay, are you sure? And by the end, like, oh yeah, confidence of a coach and just like confidence in what he's doing. I love watching that. So like not first episode, but he definitely is up there in the running for season wide.
Yeah, and that was our guest from that episode, Robbie, who wrote in saying that he picked that as his favorite chirp as well. The jellyfish thing. You guys have any other comments about that episode?
I don't.
Move on to
Amy, you're awesome.
No, it's a great setup, and I love how everything in the cold open clip sets up. You see, it's a roadmap not just for that episode, but for the entire series.
Yep.
And everything they mention in that episode, you see paid off in that episode.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, that cold open, you're right, set it all up. It was the meatiest, beefiest cold open I think we've had in the universe.
Yeah, and we spent time talking about how well they set the series up. You know, didn't waste any time, gave us everything we needed to know about where we're at, set the stage, and then let the story pick up from there. And I thought it was such a brilliant way, especially on a season and a show that only does 6 episodes. Every minute is valuable. So they started this series off so brilliantly.
Excellent. All right, we'll move on to episode 2 then, Veteran Presence. And our guest for that one was Eliza. Dean, who's your guest?
Yeah, we had Danielle Chip Lehman from the Totally Offsides
The
podcast.
world's smallest hockey
The tiny,
goalie.
most adorable tiny goalie.
Oh,
5 foot tall.
5 foot tall?
Yep.
5 foot tall.
Didn't even reach the crossbar?
I mean, she's good. So.
Extra tall helmet.
But she says she always gets it in the 5 hole.
I like her already, Dean.
In goalie parlance, that's not a great thing, but life in general, maybe it is. I don't know.
Go sports.
Sports, right? Woo, sports.
All right, before we get run over here, I'm gonna to remind us.
Sorry, I tried to mute.
All good. Let's see what happened in that episode.
Shoresy and Sanger deliver their pitch to bring in Goody, JJ, Dolo, and Hitch. Along with 3 gyms, their chances may be slim for their plan to go off without a glitch.
All right, and then this one here on our show, we probably had the biggest argument we've had in a while on our podcast. I love the little touch of all of them eating their drumsticks over bowls. Like,
I tried to do it.
no,
Yeah,
it
'cause
isn't.
that's how I do it.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I never use the bowl. I've only ever seen.
You're an animal.
Victor,
Well,
I
just
agree
said
with you
The
full-heartedly.
cone will always fall. And what if you're one of those slow eaters and you don't know how to lick properly? And you
need a bowl. If you need a bowl,
that's your floor's problem.
If
No.
you're going to keep the stick,
Oh, Jesus.
you gotta have nuts
That's
on the
'cause you have
stick.
a nut holder.
anyway.
Phrasing.
Victor, totally throw a bowl under it, and then you can get the nuts
Fuck is the
after,
point of the cone if you
and
know?
then like
Because then you
scoop
can
up.
sit back,
you,
you're
Matt.
not-
Anyway.
listen, okay, this is what this is what it comes down to. All right, when you're eating a cone and you're trying and you don't want it to melt faster than you can eat it, then you're kind of rushing. You're getting to the point where you're not enjoying it anymore. You're kind of just you're going again.
No, don't shake your
trying
head,
to make
yes.
sure you eat it fast enough so it doesn't melt. If you've got a bowl, sit back, relax,
Okay.
and
Victor.
enjoy.
Victor, don't you want to argue with the clip now?
I do.
Eat sticks, and a fella ought to know about it.
Anyway, I just found it cute that they were all eating over bowls. To me, that's something a kid
I
does.
do that.
Or you do. I don't do that. I don't eat a fucking bowl. I'm eating
And
my-
that's why
Here's the thing.
That's why you're a Neanderthal.
No.
Here's the thing. I think that's actually a piece of characterization for Shoresy. That's his flat. He insists that they all eat over bowls because he is a fussy, house-proud bitch.
Sure.
Except he lets JJ fuck in his bed.
Right.
Yeah. It's all about balance.
Load go to the road, fellas. Load go to the road.
I don't know how house proud you can be and also be a dipper. I don't know. I feel like that's a disgusting
It
habit.
was the most ludicrous thing I'd ever seen on
Look
screen.
at the rest of his apartment. It is fucking immaculate.
I'm just saying it's unrealistic.
Who's got a bachelor pad that is that clean if they're not like a little OCD about it?
Our buddy Chad says you got hands for a reason. That's right.
That's right. Goddamn right.
And let me,
Chad is high with his hands like an animal.
we
So
ran a Twitter poll, and I forget we got like a couple of hundred votes or something stupid like that. And I think overwhelming, like 99% of the votes were.
What was it Eric
no poll.
said?
Well, Eric
Like-
said
They're liars.
These comments are amazing.
right, this is what
literally
it's like
comes with
every week on the live stream.
I highly recommend people watch the video of this podcast. Not listen to it. It's gonna get fun.
There's too many comments to read off. So yeah.
Food
There
literally
you-
comes with a
There's the
handle, is
reason.
what
It's
Eric
because
said.
he's got all the moms coming in and cleaning up his apartment.
No. I would
Good one,
actually
Jeff.
think he keeps
least
his
two.
place clean because of bringing moms home. He would want to impress them.
Ah.
Like, I'm not that young.
Maybe he treats them so good that they want to clean.
Oh, well, yeah. That is a case.
No. Shoresy is a man who knows what the gentle cycle is for on the washing machine.
Oh,
I believe that, actually. I believe that.
Anyway, that episode's okay, trying to move on here. This episode is our first unicorn of the season, not the last. Spoiler alert. Everyone gave it a fresh, and Twitter gave 95.3% gave it a fresh, 4.7 gave it a clearance, and that was out of 43 votes. So, Dean, how'd you guys do?
Yeah, I would say, exactly the same. And then our clip for the episode, which is very poignant about who is going to get my game stick.
Hey, you ever been sitting across from someone just trying to have a normal conversation, fighting every urge inside yourself to just scream out, yeah!
That was the cutest moment of the whole show. As someone who desperately loves stupid happy, it's not romance.
You're being very quiet. You don't have anything else to say about the No?
Nope.
Is Victor even listening to us?
Are you listening?
There he is.
He was on mute.
Victor's listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson podcast. He's not listening to us.
He's got the sign for Al.
He does have Al in the background.
Oh, look at that. Is that 26.89 or 982?
Hey, and your birthday's on the 13th.
Yeah.
Should we start calling you aluminium?
Aluminium.
Okay. That's
Victor,
all this
you have nothing to say for yourself right now? No? Just enjoying the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Good answer.
All right. This episode's game sticks went to Shoresy. I gave it to Laura Moore. Victor gave it to Meeg. Tanya gave it to Shoresy, and Eliza gave it, or I guess Eliza gave it to Sanguinette. Tiara, who did you give it to?
Oh man, now I can't even remember. I think everybody was just great in that episode. I think that I would give mine to Sanguinette in that one. He's starting to he's starting to take it seriously and like not as afraid. So
he didn't even have to pull his wiener out.
Right?
Yeah, and mine was Laura Moore, of course. So,
Yeah.
I'm right there with you, Al.
You can never have too much of Laura Moore. Amy, awesome. Who would you give it to? Amy?
Sanguinette for sure. You know, me and T kind of agreed a lot when we talked about Sanguinette. I was not expecting that from him at all. He came off so timid, and he just looks like a timid little puppy. You just want to pet his hair, and then he really rose to the occasion. So
right,
it was a surprise, a pleasant surprise.
At
first, but then there was some manly stuff like, oh. Hi, Sanguinette.
Maybe you're 20. Okay.
Well, good. Exactly.
Which for me is still the age of my kids, but
So you want to pet his hair or give him a squeezer?
Pet the hair.
That will be coming later.
It's Party Island season.
Yeah.
Somebody else has that covered. Somebody else's woman has that covered.
Awesome. What about you?
I'm giving it to Laura. She is definitely one of the few characters on this show who gives it to Shoresy as good as she gets. And even better.
I got something here that, I can't really disagree with. We didn't mention Big Sexy.
True.
Oh, yeah. No, we fell down on that one.
Jeff, I appreciate you always keeping us honest, buddy.
That's right. Thanks, Jeff. That's for you. So when
we do the Shoresy
on our table reads.
I think we're all doing the same thing. Squirrely Matt.
This isn't an audition.
I think Big Sexy was my runner-up.
Yeah. They're very good. All right, on to episode 3. Know Your Role. Our guest for that one was Joey. Dean, yours was?
Ours was my cousin-in-law, Chris Churchman, who is also a former hockey player. I think he might still be playing. He plays beer league a lot, and played while he was in the military. He's about to retire from the military.
Oh, yeah.
So
I remember listening to that episode with him on. Yeah, he had a lot of good insight for the hockey stuff.
Yeah. He talked about the locker room and how all the kind of stuff, and in fact the beer league special that we hear about, he does talk about that being used quite a bit.
Yeah,
I think I mentioned a while ago I once coached a beer league team.
That's right.
All right, Dean, did I tell you that story?
Was it a 6-pack? Is that what it was? That was the beer league team. It was a 6-pack.
So as those that know on my side, I'm all about sports. Go sports. And my friends were all in a beer league team, and I offered to coach, and they accepted. And so every week I showed up wearing a full on suit, and they would hold my arm as I went across the ice, and I'd carry the water bottles, and then I yell at the refs the whole game. It was great. I fucking
Oh my
loved it.
God.
Yeah, it was awesome. That was
You
literally my
found
whole
your
job.
calling. You found your calling.
There you
Oh,
go.
it was fantastic. I almost got kicked out of one game for over pushing it. I thought I was right on point, but
So you did this more than one game.
I did it for a full season. I
Holy
was coach.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, the refs hated me, man. They fucking hated me so much, and it just encouraged me to keep coming.
Well done. Excellent. Well, for those of you who need a reminder of what that episode was about, here's the limerick.
Well, the boys from Timbers be too much. They're tough as hell and full of Dutch. So let's start a 4-game run. It's win all or they're done. So the Bulldogs will have to be clutch.
And in this one here, we have Matt and Tanya's reaction to the big Michaels scene.
What I think is Nat's reaction. Like she's almost like her eyes are like watering as she's trying desperately not to look down and act like this whole event is not occurring.
Looking at the crease in the ceiling, just
Yeah.
anywhere else.
Anything, yeah.
But then you see her eyes like quickly do a down and then up again. It's like
Your dick is
my-
out.
She like wasn't just double checks the up. Yep.
And at one point, I think he jumped up and down, and it was like flat a little bit.
There's nothing pretty about male genitals.
No, there really isn't. It's so
What possessed them to go full nudity in this? Because they never done it in 11 seasons of Letterkenny, and then this.
Trying to compete with the boys.
Maybe.
Yeah, Stuart was like the extent.
Yeah, you may not have caught that, but that was high def Victor there. I was actually at his house recording.
Right, that was that episode.
That's why Tanya sounded like she was in
a closet.
In a closet, and Victor was nice up and close.
And there's one out ass cheek as well.
Yeah. And you know what? There was full nudity because all the shower handstand scenes. There's full nudity.
Oh yeah.
Technically, yes.
Technically, he's completely naked. You just don't see it.
Yeah. Yeah, and and the thing I appreciate about this universe is the only people who get naked are the guys.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you
This is how we sold you on the show, Tanya.
Oh, sweet Shoresy arse.
Yeah, I mean the closest we get is Professor Trisha.
Professor, I was
for
thinking
that-
Professor
the-
Trisha.
The Trisha. Yeah.
I would argue that Katie and sorry.
Katie too. Yeah, she gets pretty close sometimes too. Yeah.
Well, and Nick in that bikini.
Mhm. Oh yeah, sure.
It's like they've
so-
slowly built us up to the reveal, over the seasons. How at one point they were drawing dicks, and then they had the full on skid, under the pant dick, and now and then they get a little shirtless, and you see the ass, and now full on you get dick. So they've been
seriously wanna
prepping
know
us
if
for
it's
9
the same.
seasons. What's that?
I want to know if
her
it's the same
forte.
prosthetic. Like Dean doesn't think it's the same prosthetic, but like, would they buy more than one?
It wasn't exactly colored for.
I bet
for
you they have
people's skin,
hundreds.
right? So yeah, no wonder.
They switch it up every time.
I mean, do you think Michaels wanted to use Stewart's penis?
I wasn't fully
Professional actor.
I'm not.
He's gonna have his own fresh one.
I hope they cleaned it.
Hold on.
I think Stewart's packer was actually bigger than Michael's.
Thank you.
that's what I
Thank you.
said.
I was trying to say that. I feel like not that I'm paying overly attention, but I'm pretty sure Michael's was a little less than Stewart's. So
Matt, I've lost a little respect for you because you just had to no homo that.
I do that very
I mean,
well.
If I was gonna homo one of them, it would be Stewart's. So
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. So bigger
I
dog.
don't know. A monster, like a monster kid. No, that's
Some
no.
of us are size queens.
No.
T. Some of us are size queens.
and
I'm
I'm really
not.
good at discrediting my own respect.
Anyway, this one here was another unicorn, and for the first time ever, our scientific Twitter poll, 100% fresh. Not
Nice.
no
Wow.
other. 100% fresh. We've never had that. There's always been that one.
I feel like that deserved its own unicorn run, and we didn't do it.
No, well, yeah, we'll have to wait until the end for another one of those.
Well, obviously now.
Dean, do you have a sound clip for that one?
I do, and actually, you've kind of already played it.
Mitch, you ready? Let's get on the go, boys. Good, you're going. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was basically that was the ready. You're ready, good because you're going. Yeah, woo. So that was the big one for that one. Though it was very close with you're gonna have Bauer stamped on your fucking bicuspids. That was that was very close. They were
That's a contender.
They were just 7 votes apart.
Very good. The game sticks here were handed out. Tanya gave it to the Gyms. Matt gave it to the Michaels.
The Gyms are such beauties.
Michaels, 2 Michaels. I gave it to Michaels as well for bearing it all. Victor gave it to, and I'm just he gave it to Meeg's baby turtle.
Okay.
You guys are a bunch of degens. You didn't even notice that turtle was.
Yeah,
that turtle was
we're not the degens here.
Did you notice her hippo though?
Wait a second.
Is there a hippo that Victor missed on this series?
No. but he had to think about it.
Wait a second. Yeah, the hippo.
This is why I love you guys, right there.
Derek, you're absolutely correct.
I think Nat should have gotten the game stick. She had to deal with Michaels and not look at Michaels and not like she tried so hard not to have to mention it even. Like she was like, I'm trying to keep your dignity, dude.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Michaels has no dignity. Michaels is just such a drama queen. It's amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Your game stick, Dean?
Mine. Yeah, I think I gotta go with the Gyms.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Jim.
Hell yeah.
Amy, how about you?
Not sure. Honestly.
Way to own it.
Legit.
I'm just telling you right now.
How about you, Awesome?
I'm going to give it to Sanguinet because at the end there, when he walked into Nat's office and he owned his shit in front of Fish and Whitey and the other one, what's his fucking nuts?
Oh yeah.
I think that was like a big step in his characterization.
When the Tandy went to go quit, and yeah. Okay. Very good.
It showed what kind of leader he could be. Where like kind of taking it like I know that I haven't been doing as well as I should have been. It all changes now.
Yeah. Sommerfeld was the other one.
Thank you.
Sommerfeld. Thank you.
Very good.
But yeah, no, he goes in there and he's like, yeah, I asked Shoresy to help me ease in. That's on me. That's taking responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
So game stick goes to Sanger.
Well done. All right. Before I move on, anything else on episode 3? Cool. Episode 4. If you can't win, don't play. Our guest for that one was Brenya. How about you, Dean?
And we had our longtime good resident joint boy, Renee Encarnacion.
Very good. And just to refresh everyone's memory about what that one was about.
The Bulldogs will have to beat North Bay while Shoresy's family reunion's underway, but half the team's gone missing and Shoresy's sisters are kissing? Yeah, so if you can't win, don't play.
And in this one here, there was a bunch of mansplaining happening, but in our defense, it was solicited.
I don't know enough about hockey in order to know what is what's happened.
Well, the whole point is the title of the episode. Shoresy knew they couldn't win, so he had to figure out a way to not lose, but also not play. If you can't win, don't play. And the only way you do that is by making sure both teams get.
He goaded them, right? He goaded them into an outcome that he influenced the outcome that he desired.
Yeah.
So that was like kind of a a little. He can do a little side gig, doing a kind of influential video on how to.
I'll pause the video to tell me, and he's like, "This is where Victor told you that if the skate goes over the red line, then that."
Yeah, no, that's right. And
I didn't know those details, right?
Yeah. They were very obvious about that again, and it's just interesting. That even as Mr. C was skating over towards him, he wasn't skating over the blue line. He was skating on his own side.
Yeah, Keller. Yeah,
but Shoresy there have that skate over.
So yeah, we learned from Victor that one of the things you do to taunt another team is to cross that red line. You don't do that unless you are ready to fight, and that's what Shoresy was doing there. Dean. What are your clip? What's your clip for this one?
Well, this one actually was a really good one, and this is another submission that somebody brought in. 284 votes on total on this episode for the clips. This one alone got 132 votes.
Holy.
Bitch, you're such a fucking beauty. I sometimes forget what an odd-looking East Coast cunt you are.
That's beautiful.
And it's amazing.
Oh, I love Hitch so much.
Oh man, he's so good.
What are you at?
You do a pretty good
Hey,
Hitch.
Terry Ryan, if you're listening, come on our podcast.
Oh yeah.
He's so authentically Newfie, and I love him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll run into him when we go to Newfoundland in a couple
Yeah, there
weeks.
you go.
Well, we're going to come where he's at, right?
Maybe we should get some new.
Or you'll go where he's to.
Or we're going to go where he's to, yeah. Anyway, that episode there was obviously a unicorn as well. 84.2% gave it a fresh on Twitter, 13.2% a clearance, and there was actually 2.6% that gave it a compost, and they just need to figure it out. That's right.
I know who the 13% are. I know who they are.
Oh, who are they?
And I will say that because for me, this was the one that I said was kind of on the border for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Same.
so
the family reunion, like for me, it was that I'm not a fan of that kind of love. I'll just say that.
the tough
Sort
love.
of the negative
Everybody
love.
like ranking on each other and like making
God.
them feel bad to build them up. That's not my thing.
Yeah.
So that was
Sure, but it explains a lot about Shoresy's character.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but it's still kind of there's some moments I'll say.
Yeah, and it was a lukewarm fresh for me, but and because that scene went a little long, but any scene though where you can have Scott Thompson in it, I don't know.
The timing on that was perfect because the top.
I mean, both of these are perfect. It was too long. And Scott Thompson. Yeah, and I'm curious about how psyched must have Kiso been when they got Scott Thompson for that.
To
be so fucking hype.
Yeah.
So
That's
fucking
why they
hype.
went so long. Is like I just got to drag this one out.
Yeah, for sure. When you get Scott Thompson, you use him as long as he's available, for sure. Very good. Game sticks for this one. Victor gave it to Benny and the Suits, not Benny and the Jets, but Benny and his suits. Shoresy, Tanya gave it to Shoresy. Matt gave it to Billy Buttrey. That was for the hockey, the fight scene.
Just I'm loving what they're doing for the cinematography on this season, especially that final scene where they're just panned out and just held it.
Yeah,
I was in love with that whole scene.
Yeah, and it was a long scene.
It's a great shot.
Yeah, it's a
I
great
love
shot.
it. I love it. I went back and watched it 2 or 3 times just so I could see what the crowd was doing and it's just fantastic, man.
Yeah, I gave it to Shoresy's dad because it's Scott Thompson, and our guest Brenya gave it to Sanguinette. We'll start with Awesome. Who do you give the game stick to?
I'm gonna give the game stick to Shoresy.
Shoresy.
Yeah, he manufactured an outcome that did not hurt his team.
That's right. Yeah. So Victor swayed your opinion then, is what you're saying.
Actually, I screwed
No,
up.
that was my opinion before.
I need to stop for a second. I jumped ahead an episode on my when I was looking. So that episode 4,
right.
I clicked the wrong button. That was for 5. So 4. So spoiler. Let's see. No. I apologize.
All good.
Let's just rewind and do the last 10 minutes.
We're
again.
good. No, we're good. I'm sorry. My screen was not refreshing properly, and I thought, oh shit, I screwed up.
But you didn't.
I did not screw up.
But it's your
I'm
job.
Good. I'm good. I did my job, and then I bitched about it.
The third part of that fan reunion scene was whenever Scott Thompson would say, "No, wait, we did say that." Like everyone,
That might have been said.
I'm pretty sure that was
it was actually said. Yeah.
Oh, now that was definitely said.
I love those. Yeah. Amy, do you have a game stick for this episode?
Not so much for this one either.
No?
I don't think that anybody stuck out particularly.
So would you say this is one of your least favorite
Everybody.
episodes of Shoresy?
I wouldn't say it was the least favorite, but like that family scene was kind of long, and I'm hoping that there is something coming that was needed for. Find a way to justify this.
Yeah.
But as far as a stick, it's either all or nothing. So either everybody gets something or no one does.
Right. Well, and
Love it.
the thing that I love about that scene, though, if Shoresy goes on for many seasons, that one scene probably set up a half a dozen potential storylines. If you think about it, right? Like there's so much.
I hope so.
Yeah, the sisters, his brother, like there's so many storylines that were set up. If
The younger sister.
Yeah. Exactly. Tiara?
Big Mo.
Big
Yeah.
What comes after 1,000?
2,000.
2,000.
1,001.
He owns a Tim Hortons. Who here can say that, right?
I know somebody who owns 4, but he's also not very bright. But anyway,
He was not as fat as he was dumb.
I think for me the game stick goes to the gyms for grabbing Shoresy to pull him back
Such
and take
beauties, those gyms.
That was so perfect.
Gotta love those gyms. All right, we're moving on to episode 5. Hockey brings people together. Our guests for that one were the cutest couple in the world, Britt and Mo. Dean, what about you?
Our guest here, Amy, was our guest on that episode, and we talked about licking chin dimples.
You talked about licking chin dimples.
Are we saying dimples or nipples?
Dimples.
Yes,
Oh, both.
dimples. Yes, you heard right.
Dimples.
While it may sound more logical if it was nipples, no.
No, it actually, I was worried. It actually sounded more logical to be dimples. I thought I heard nipples.
That's what it was.
Yeah, you know what? I think chin nipples are just pimples.
or moles.
Or moles.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I hope it's not dinner time on the West Coast. I apologize.
I don't like this.
He says nothing the whole episode and then that.
I think it's because
It was
hippos
needed to
have
be
chin
said.
dimples.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. All right. As if we
That
need
opens a whole nother conversation.
reminding of what this episode was about.
The North Bay game turned into a brawl on the ice and then out in the hall. Nat, Zieg, and Meeg have to go to the league, and all the Sioux sent was their call-ups? Wait, who sent us the call-ups?
All right. And now and there, our guests from that, or Britt anyway, one of our guests is from the Sioux. So she actually provided us some interesting insight on why the Sioux are so fucking good. It's because basically they have a lot of support. But Britt, you teased us with some thoughts on the Sioux Greyhounds.
Oh, I did. Yeah. It could be because I went to high school with some of the Greyhound players went to my high school. We called the girls in high school who hooked up with the Greyhounds Hound Founders. So Mercedes reminded me
I want the t-shirt.
of those girls.
That does not sound like something you want to be called.
Yeah. Instead of Cock Buddies, it was Hound Founders.
Love it.
Yeah. I wasn't one of the popular girls, so I'm like, but yeah, the ones I went to high school with in grade 12.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they're meatheads. They're a bunch of meatheads. Oh my god, are they? They're sluts. Yeah, holy crap.
There you go. So we have a confirmation there that Sioux Greyhounds are sluts. Dean, what do you have for this one?
Well, fresh, of course, like I said, and this is another one where the lead got 75 votes. The closest one to it got 37. For this one,
What the fuck?
What?
What do you mean, what?
What do you mean, what the fuck?
What?
Huh?
What do I mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What?
You mean what the fuck regarding the brawl, or what the fuck regarding everyone in here eating ice cream?
Yeah.
For what?
Hit Mosey on the PC of it all, boys.
Yeah.
Such a good scene.
This will be shocking for you, but this one was not a unicorn. Victor, Tanya, Britt, and Mo gave it a fresh, but Matt and I were in agreement that this one was a bit of a clearance, and it had a lot to do with the Polichettis. They were kind of.
Oh, Dean looks upset. I love it.
No, he's just doing his impression of Polichetti.
I was going to say his screen froze.
That's another impression I can do.
Next table read, you got it.
Yeah, you got that. Yes, I know, Victor, giving me the blue spatula still for that rating. Look, I'm going to say this show turned a 2-dimensional character in Letterkenny into a 3-dimensional character on the show, and then they introduced these 2 characters that are less than 2 dimensional. They're like they're paper. They're fucking paper. They don't move. They don't do shit. Like they could have made them creepy in so many other ways, other than that, and it would have been less absurd. I don't know. It was just kind of weird. Like so that's why it's the only reason I gave it a click. I love the episode except for the Paulicetti. So
and go ahead.
I gotta say, I like the recycling of the bit that they look like they might have touched an animal's junk at some point. I think that's a good way to lean on the previous series without necessarily involving a whole ton of shit that you don't have time to fit in properly.
I don't know. I was with Al completely in this one. Like I even laughed at the Paulicetti. It's not like I didn't enjoy them. It just didn't fit for me in this show. It felt really gimmicky and off base compared to everything they were doing. So yeah,
that's what made it so great.
But I don't know. They were doing such a great job of creating this new story and all these wonderful parts. And this one I didn't get at all.
It was like the Newhart show when it was I'm Larry, this is my brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl. So.
Yeah, but that's still kind of fit in that world. Anyway, I mean, look, we're getting like the gears from the
they were a cinematic masterpiece.
Oh, you really are.
We're on pot anyway.
Use your on pot.
Derek, figure it out, bud.
So game 6 for this one here, I gave it to Sanguinet. Victor, because of what we said, gave it to the Paulicettis.
I was going to give it to them all along. Don't put yourself on a pedestal.
Tanya gave it to Sanger. Matt gave it to Michaels. Britt and Mo each gave it to Sanger. So Sanger was a big favorite in this one. Tiara, who do you give it to?
Sanger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big step up in his everything in this episode.
I mean, I'd like to give it to Mercedes.
Yeah, you would.
But yeah, I give it to Sanger as well.
Well, just the fact she can even talk to her brothers through ESP.
Yeah, exactly. She is super talented.
Amy, who would you give a game stick to?
We talked a lot about Michaels for stepping up and even going and asking and humbling himself, for the sake of his team. So I'm going to throw him out there just because no one else has. And we did talk a lot about him in the episode because he wanted to, make good with his peoples, and he obviously was willing to go the distance.
Yeah, he offered up his salary to pay for the fines. Yeah, that was good.
I'd given that the one to Michaels as well. He was sort of the core of that whole episode, if you really broke it down, and needed to be called out.
Arc, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, for me, it is a toss-up between Sanger and Michaels because Michaels went the distance, but Sanger really starts stepping into his role as coach. He takes over the room. He takes over the conversation. He decides to give the game stick to Fish, and Shoresy has to back the play.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, very good. All right, moving on to the final episode 6. Don't poke the bear. Our guest for that one was CSI Michelle from Sudbury. What about you, Dean?
Yeah, we had this person on. Awesome.
You ever heard of her?
I don't know her.
Once or twice. Very good.
She pisses people off on Reddit.
And apparently on Twitter because Al doesn't prune his following list.
Yeah, there's
you do have some degens.
Yeah, you got a degen coming out.
I mute them. I don't prune them. I just mute them. So
did I miss an argument? Did I miss some drama?
Oh, big time, yeah.
Oh boy.
If you
I want to set notifications for this.
If you need a reminder as to what happened here, here's the limerick.
The Bulldogs have finally risen above, thanks to the sluts' chirps and dropping gloves. But the Sioux have their number, so the Bulldogs bring the lumber. Because for Shoresy, hockey's what you call true love, true love, true love, true love.
Oh, man. That was NPR version of Matt.
I was so proud of that, even though no one gave me any cred.
ASMR, Matt, right? That's your new career, man. ASMR. Who's awesome? No, Wrong who's, Chad. Wrong who's.
Who's awesome is this?
Right.
Here's our clip. I give my prediction for how Shoresy is going to raise his game next season. I have a theory about that, and I think this is going to make Awesome especially very excited because when she asks him that question, he looks over at the weights.
Yeah, he's gonna get
exactly. So he made that he challenged Tyler Johnson. For that one season, he's like, Tyler, next season we want you to put on 20 pounds of muscle or whatever, and he did. So if he did that, if he challenged Tyler Johnson to do that, imagine what Kiso's going to do for his own show. He's going to bulk the fuck
He's
up.
going to come back looking like #1 from the Umbrella.
Oh yeah, he's going to come back. He's gonna be,
When do you think it's coming out?
Boy, still
Yes, that was Thirsty Tanya.
You need a t-shirt. You need a t-shirt for that one.
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like a silhouette of Tanya drinking a real tall glass of water.
When's it coming out? Anyway, Dean, what do you have for this one?
This was a fantastic episode, and the clip on this one is, let me see if I can refresh here. This one was also another really close one, and it kind of also goes to who my my game stick for this one is.
JJ, get back. JJ, get back. Big sexy. Shoresy. Don't know who that. Goldie. Who's Goldie? Goldie. And the last one, whatever his fucking name is. She don't even know me name. 12-inch cunt.
Oh,
called worse.
Been called worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't catch all Hitchcock's comments until that replay.
Yeah. You don't even know me name. Big
Goldie?
sexual. Yep.
Well, and Big Sexy with the great timing in this scene, right?
Oh my god, seriously.
Is there a slip and slide over there, Tanya?
Someone put a tarp on her chair.
All right. This one here, Matt gave Game Stick to Shoresy. I gave it to Shoresy. Victor gave it to Big Sexy.
Yeah.
Anya gave it to Nat, and Michelle gave it to Sanguinette. Dean, who did you give the game stick to?
Yeah, Big Sexy for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
Big Sexual had the best timing of anything in that show.
yeah.
Big Sexual.
He's classically trained, I hear.
Yes.
Big sexual?
Amy, who did you give the game stick to in this one?
Probably Big Sexy. Just, there you go. There you go.
Awesome. How about you?
Whilst I appreciate Big Sexy's timing, I've got to give it to Shoresy.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well,
This is so dumb.
It was a
That's
tough
good.
call.
I mean, the way he just walked in to figure out who was in the bedroom was amazing.
He walked in saying,
Absolutely.
going on
Or not.
Something I would have done in my 20s.
Well,
But
you
also-
gotta know. You
And
gotta
his
know.
expressions though on his face when he comes back out, he's like,
Right? Exactly.
so pretty.
Still hot. He's young though.
My favorite is when he asks LeBoeuf, "How do you know it's her?" It's because her SUV is outside, and he goes,
Huh?
So dumb.
So dumb.
Hold on.
Well, it's like the Dick episode where where Riley and
Yeah.
Jonesy leave the truck
They
out there.
just parked their Jeep in the laneway. New level of not smart.
That's right. All right, so that's it. That's all 6 episodes. So let's move on to the overall season rating here. And now everyone's going to get a chance to speak. We're going to go to our original lineup. And Tanya, I believe you're at the top of this lineup. Overall rating, what would you give Shoresy?
Oh, fresh for sure, hands down.
Hold on. Have you watched the whole season?
I did.
Yeah, right?
I did.
I think there was one episode she watched a few times. So.
There was a bit of a blooper there last week.
It's also one she didn't watch. So
Well, I didn't even realize I didn't watch it
She
until
watched it. She
you
just
guys
kinda
were
fell
talking about
asleep.
it, and I didn't
Halfway
realize
through.
that I missed them. Oops.
Of course, awesome pick Shoresy 6 times.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, for sure, hands down, it's a fresh. The Shoresy, hands down, fantastic show. Season 1, it's in the can. Can't wait for season 2. Yeah.
Matt, how about you?
It's a beauty. Like there's no doubt about it. Yeah, the fucking gyms, they're such fucking beauties. Fuck.
Like Sanger in that suit.
I just love. Honestly, this season made me so happy. I'll say it. And it's gonna be a weird thing. I think I like this better than I like Letterkenny.
Wow.
All in. I think because I love the layers and the dimensions of this show. I mean, Letterkenny, I love it to death. Don't get me wrong, but I like a story. And they don't give us that in Letterkenny. They give us, it almost feels like a series of sketch. Yeah, sometimes, but it's not, it doesn't go on. And it feels like a series of sketch comedy episodes where some you love, some are kind of okay, some are amazing, but there's nothing going. So if you miss one, you're like, okay, you wouldn't even notice. But there's a story, and I fucking loved it. And Matt's gonna make beauty a thing. If it kills, that's right. That's right. I have it's beauty.
Matt's
gonna make fetch a thing.
Stop trying to make beauty a thing.
It's still a thing, is it not? But but no, it just made me so happy, and I'm really I hope they sign on a second season. They've set up so much stuff to just carry this show for
how can it not?
Yeah, they like you've called it a few things. They set up all these different story arcs in different places that even if they only give us a glimpse of it, they could easily pick those moments up and run with them in whole episodes independently going forward. So no, put your fucking bowl away.
Hey,
What do you
wait a second. We gotta do this.
Beauty. You are a beauty. Such a beauty.
I reiterate, if you're going to listen to this episode, watch it on YouTube instead.
Jesus, man.
We just got a large screen of Amy eating a stick over a bowl.
Yeah.
I'm
And very sexually cleaning off her fingers.
Yes,
I agree.
But she wasn't licking any dimples.
For that, I swear to God, that was an accident.
You guys have heard enough from me, so I'm just going to give it my fresh and move on to Victor. Victor, what are you giving this?
Oh yeah, that's like a harvest fresh. I mean, I hate to agree with Matt, but for me, this is definitely the best Letterkenny universe season.
Universe.
Would you compare it to maybe the gyms? Might you say they are beauties?
A beauty.
Could it be said?
Could it be said? Let it be so.
Yeah, and you know, there's clearly going to be a second season. We're just waiting for it to be announced. I mean, it wouldn't make any sense in the world for this not to continue. It's just, you know, if they're continuing Letterkenny, they've got to continue this.
Yeah, agreed. Tiara?
Yeah, I absolutely agree with Matt. I would put it up there with the best scenes from Letterkenny that I've loved for however many years it's been now. And you know, going into this season not expecting to even like it and genuinely feeling like I am looking forward to the next season of Shoresy more than I'm looking forward to more Letterkenny is kind of a big fucking thing.
Oh my God.
You started laughing. I started laughing in my head.
Holy
that's a fucking beauty right there. Yeah, so fresh.
Well done. Tobias strikes again. Dean, how about you?
Yeah, it's totally fine. And same with Matt. I think I love both shows, Letterkenny and Shoresy, for different reasons. And I'm looking forward more to Shoresy just because I want to see where the story goes.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's really where it is. Like,
want to know what happens next.
You know, what's coming now? Are we going to see the playoffs? Are we going to see what, you know, because like so often what we see in Letterkenny is they've got the big drama and then we come back and it's already been resolved.
Right.
So are we going to see the drama play out? So that's kind of what I'm interested to see. But yeah, totally fresh on this season.
Awesome. Amy?
Okay, so here's the thing. I too went into Shoresy not not thinking I was gonna like it because Shoresy, the character in Letterkenny, I didn't see how they could possibly make a whole series on that. Have that character be that Shoresy for a whole season, all episode, all season. But I was surprised. Like they made this transition. There's a bit. Think about it. There's a big difference between the Shoresy and Letterkenny than the Shoresy in this series. However, you don't question anything. It doesn't occur to you be like, oh no, that's not right. That's not the story. His voice is different. The black wig is gone. He's not half naked all the time. You know what I mean? Like his face, I don't even know what I was expecting, but it wasn't like a dip in his mouth the whole time.
Do you know it's the same guy that plays Wayne though?
Out of here. Yeah.
Just making sure. I know.
But that's another thing. They don't look alike. They are two distinct characters by the same person. So props to Jared Kiso for that. But I feel that Letterkenny is a more familiar thing to me. Like I could wrap up in how many seasons of Letterkenny as opposed to one of Shoresy. Shoresy, I'm not saying that I dislike it. I do like it very much. I can't say that I like it more than Letterkenny because Letterkenny is my comfort blanket. It's in the background all the time. There's more history, you know, and I disagree with the story plot. I'm very invested with the whole Rosie Marie Fred thing. Why did Marie Fred happen? What's going to happen with Rosie? She was already there once. Now she's back. Why didn't it progress the first time? I think that there is a lot of story in Letterkenny. Shoresy revolves a lot around hockey, and I'm not very sports ballish or sports puckish. I feel that this is a whole nother language. I talked about that before too. Like I had to learn Canadianese with Letterkenny and have captions on because I didn't know what the fuck they were saying. Like, what did I just wait? Did I did I really hear? I had to Google the slang. Had no idea. And now, once I thought I caught a grip on that, now we're into full blown hockey chirping stuff that I don't even know. You know what I mean? I'm from the States. I'm from West fucking Virginia, Ohio. We don't do hockey. You know what I mean? What's hockey? Like, that's kind of like soccer, right? Like, so like I'm learning a whole new language again. So while I'm very happy. I'm looking forward to Shoresy. I'm glad I like it. It's not, I can't say that I'm like, oh my God, it's so much better than Letterkenny. I can't do that. Because Letterkenny it's a completely different thing, but I am very I'm looking forward to what's going to happen with Shoresy. I can't wait to see what stories come from that. I can't wait for the crossovers. Let me tell you, I'm looking forward to crossovers. I hope Jonesy and Riley's moms end up in Shoresy for the first time. I hope that's what their appearance is.
Wouldn't it be the other way around?
I hope that Wayne shows up in Shoresy's universe, but we never see Wayne's face. That's what I hope.
Also, I hope Riley and Josie's mom are played by Hair and Playfair, and you only see the back of them.
Oh yeah. But if Riley and Josie's moms show up, he has to like rebuff them because he loves Laura more, and like he knows that the reason why Laura won't date him is because he's a slut. So then he's like, no, I can't sleep with you.
And
we
should let somebody awesome. No. Don't you have an in with Kiso? Go ahead. Let him know that we come up with the storyline. Let him know what we decided on.
Got it ironed out.
Oh, I know. He's probably watching right now. So.
Amy, if I were to ask you to give a rating of fresh, clearance, or compost for this, so fresh being the highest rating you can give, clearance being in the middle, and compost being you hated it, what would you give it?
I'm going to give it a fresh. I'm going to give it the top one because I see there's so much potential. There's so many storylines. There better be a storyline with the family and his foster parents. There better be more that comes with that.
Right,
and,
right. If we had to deal with that build up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the women, when Nat was in front of the council, like I want to see more with them too, especially because one of them is Tia's mother.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's so many storylines.
Characters.
No show ladies.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
I am definitely going to give it a fresh. Obviously.
Hold on.
One of the things.
Oh my God.
It's a seasoned unicorn. All right, now that we got that out of here, Austin, finish your point.
Yeah, no, I think genuinely, I think it does a bit of a disservice to both shows to compare them like they're apples to apples when really it's kind of apples to orangutans. Like if you just want to laugh your tits off for 22 and a half minutes, watch Letterkenny. Yes,
yeah.
there is story. Yes, there's some character development. In fact, there's mostly just character development. Letterkenny is a very character-driven show. Versus Shoresy, which is almost entirely plot-driven, and character development happens almost incidentally. Like, all the character development happens to provide perspective to the narrative. So, like I said, I think comparing them is kind of useless in that sense. So I'm not really looking forward to one more than the other. I am looking forward to both of them being continued a great deal. And as I made the point on How Are You Now on my episode, the very, very last shot that we get before they smash the credits is the traffic light turning from red to green. So I hope that is an indication that there is a season 2 and we are indeed just waiting on the announcement.
You picking up on some symbolism. I love
Green
it.
light.
I mean, yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that they're going to pick it up for at least another season. I'm
Yeah,
thinking,
like, what the fuck is Bell going to do? Not back the money truck up for their Rainmaker? Fuck that.
And I was thinking that the other day. We were driving around the city here, and I mean, Crave loves these guys so much here in Canada. Like, there's billboards still all over the city. I see Shoresy everywhere, right? There's so much great stuff on Crave, but they're posting Shoresy everywhere.
Bus stops, billboards.
yeah, Crave is where we get all of our HBO content.
Yes.
And they're
Yes.
pushing Shoresy just to give you
Letterkenny is their marquee show. That is what they have made their bank on. It was the first original thing they ever made, and it has got them more views and more subscribers than anything else.
Yeah.
And honestly, the same thing is going to be true for Shoresy. Shoresy is going to become one of their marquee shows.
And if you're looking for precedent, we can rewind to early on in Letterkenny when Bell put money into having Letterkenny commercials on Super Bowl up here, which that's big money. There were Letterkenny Super Bowl commercials up in Canada, and then that's when I think they got picked up with Hulu. Like that's when they joined with Hulu. So I feel like it's going to happen. It's just weird because they've already announced that they're picking up another season 12 of Letterkenny and all these other shows, but they haven't said anything yet about Shoresy. So that's kind of
And I laugh
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I laugh every time that like Crave puts these polls out as well. I know it's on Twitter, but about name your favorite duo or your favorite character. And whenever there's a Letterkenny reference, we obviously pick it up and it runs, and it just completely squashes any other thing. Like I have to believe they're taking that back and joking about these fans just fucking love this shit.
They're fucking rabid.
Right? No one stands a chance when they put anything Letterkenny in their poll against their other shows.
Right? No, what I was going to say is what I would like to see is like after they filmed series 4 and just before they started filming series 5, Crave ordered a 40 episode deal for Letterkenny. So I would very much like to see that happen for Shoresy.
Oh yeah.
You think that's what's holding it up?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe they're just.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
If it was just picking up one season at a time, they would have done that by now, I think. So I think they're looking, and I mean, I made this comparison before, and I got the blue spatula many times. But like season 1 of Shoresy is season 1 of Ted Lasso. It's almost the same story. You got a dysfunctional team. Somebody comes in to change the team. The team changes, but at the end of the first season, the team doesn't win. They get relegated. And same thing happened here, right? The team doesn't win.
Well, we don't know what happens in the final, in the playoff.
We got to see what happens in playoffs.
I know, but at the end of the season, they're not. It's not a positive result,
right?
That's what I'm saying.
No, because they have to fold.
Yeah. So this is setting up to be maybe a 3-season arc, just like Ted Lasso. Who knows, right? But anyway, we're gonna move on to game sticks here, Tanya. The season-long game stick. Who do you get? I mean, I feel like everyone's going to give it to Shoresy, but
Yeah, I kind of I hit Nat, Shoresy, the Gyms, of course, Sanguinette. They were all phenomenal. The characters, like I love the story. It really dug down into so many of the characters. Like we got so much background for each and every one of them. It feels, Sanguinette, phenomenal, and I don't know. It's going to be a hard one, but I feel like the person that surprised me the most and that made the biggest difference was Shoresy. He brought it every single episode.
Yeah.
And it was constantly more development, more character development on him.
You were a fan of Nat too in a lot of these episodes.
Very much so. I loved her character. I loved Shoresy and her together. I loved it, again, Shoresy and everyone. He was a person that surprised me. I wasn't looking forward to the show either. Or I was not, I shouldn't say I wasn't looking forward to the show. I was looking forward to the show, but I didn't know what they were going to do with him. This is a guy that just chirps all the time. And that's really one dimension of what we saw of him. So I really didn't see how they were going to create something else. And it turns out by the time we got to the 6th episode, you fell in love with the guy that you didn't really like during Letterkenny. And I think that was huge that they were able to take that character and make him lovable. So it's got to go to him.
Okay, Matt.
Yeah, no, and just to quickly echo that, they took a villain and they made him charming.
Yep,
is what they did, and somehow it worked. I mean,
story of my life.
What the fuck does that say about Al?
What?
By the way, take your tooth out.
Yeah.
Thank you, Austin.
You were born to play I was
born
the
to
show.
be on Shoresy. If only I knew how to skate. I'm the world's worst.
World's worst Canadian.
So yeah, I mean, I love Shoresy. I think Kiso did a fantastic job. I don't want to discredit it all, but I'm actually, and I know this goes again, I'm going to give it to two people.
Matt.
No.
Not allowed.
No, I don't care.
Not allowed.
We make up the rules and adjust them as we go.
And our rules have always stated, because I've tried several times, and you guys have always stepped on my dick
Matt,
about
give
it.
a runner up and then give the game stick to somebody. Remember, you can't split sticks.
Right, that's right.
I got the Costco pack though, so
It don't matter.
All right, so I don't know which one to go, but I'll name
Pick
the two and then we'll go. So it's Nat and it's Sanger.
Okay.
The growth of Sanger was amazing. I loved him right because I think I gave it to him episode 1. I absolutely loved him. His the way he took the team, the way he started standing up to Shoresy, just his character development was so on point. And Nat, I mean, same kind of deal. Her growth through the whole season. You got to see different layers. At first, she just seemed very business and here's my shit. And as we got deeper in, you saw the emotion come out and the reality of what she was trying to create with this team and what she wanted, right down to that last scene where she's sitting there with Shoresy and she's basically in tears going like, what do I do? I stand by my word. I always do what I say. And now you've put me in this situation. Like, she's so conflicted. And I just loved her for how she carried that character throughout the season. So I'm getting blue spatulas everywhere.
Yeah. So because you got to pick one now.
Yeah, pick a
one.
side. Pick a
Sanger
side.
Pick
or
one.
Nat?
So then I'm going to give it to Nat.
All right. Excellent. I'm going to say the best character development throughout this whole series was Sanguinette, but also Michael's was a close second. I thought his character development, he went from that pathetic, weak-kneed coach at the beginning to the guy that everyone was crapping on and lost his girl to Sanger, to the guy who won his team over and proved himself. So big, and then he also bared his soul and his penis. I mean, runner up goes to Michael's. But I got to give it to Shoresy. I got to give it to the title character because he tied everything together for sure. Victor?
Yeah, well, though I'd like to give it to the MVP, Frankie JJ, but I just feel he didn't show up enough. And then we were
Why
wondering
would
whether-
you? Why would you bring it up?
Doing it to the contrary.
That comment is as irrelevant as
I
his
know, right?
storyline.
So what I'd like to do is give it to Shoresy, but not for the reasons that you DGens are selecting, but because unlike Al and Matt, he's not a Neanderthal like we thought in Letterkenny. He's actually very cultured and dignified, and does require his guests and himself to use a bowl while eating a stick. So that's that's what it is.
All right.
Maybe I loved your hand
Gentlemen.
gesture on that one.
Help us out here, Tiara.
Basically, just say anything and you win.
Yeah.
Yeah, you all have made very valid arguments.
Have we
for
all?
who most of you.
You've mispronounced invalid.
I think I would give my game stick to Nat. I think that I know that Shoresy is the face and the voice of Shoresy, but I feel like Nat is the heart of it because it's all about the team and the tradition and her mom and the legacy, and just like she loves it so much. She's so afraid of losing it that she's willing to she thinks it's going to close anyway, so she's willing to give it a chance. But it breaks her heart over and over and over again. And even that I know exactly that feeling in that last episode where she's like, I can't watch the game, and she's sitting in her office, and I have fucking been there. Yeah, so I think she gets it, especially because I'm really curious to see how she overcomes. I stand by my word, how she overcomes that,
Right?
Yeah.
To then hopefully not fold after all. So
Yeah. Well, we'll have some theories, I guess, on that later. How about you?
Who?
Dean.
You did?
You didn't say a name, Al.
I didn't hear the name.
Good job.
So I think it goes to the tag team of exfoliating and moisturizing.
So gym number 3.
Yeah, gym number 3.
Yeah, I almost want to give it to Fish because he's getting shit on from the very beginning, that he's ugly and then he's worthless, and he gets talked into staying and they still shit on him, and then he makes his way back. He keeps fighting though he's getting fucking wailed on all the time. And he comes back and he's fucking awesome. But that being said,
I'm actually surprised Victor didn't give it to Fish. He likes giving it to Goldfish. So I'm surprised he didn't. Anyway, finish off.
Yeah, that's I've seen it.
Wow, this is so timely.
Do I know our listeners?
Kinda
Or do I know our
creepy.
listeners? Yeah, this is crazy.
It's
So
like
yeah,
they're following along.
I know.
Yeah.
And there's no delay, but then they're saying things before we do.
Yeah.
That is creepy. Yeah.
Precog.
Yes, that's what it is.
So yeah, I honestly I gotta give it to Shoresy. He goes from being initially in our minds a one trick pony to being a fully fleshed out, thoughtful, caring person who grows. And I mean, I can't give it to anybody else. Though that there are, everybody else gets a game stick, of course, except for fuck JJ. So we'll get into that later.
It just occurred to me the next spin-off of Shoresy is going to be the Polichetti brothers, because
Are you sure it's not going to be Laverne and Shoresy?
And they have no lines.
Because they took the two-dimensional character from Letterkenny and spun that off. So these guys are one-dimensional. They're going to spin that off for sure.
They don't even speak.
No, exactly.
If they don't speak through the whole thing, that's what. If they say anything at all, if they get their own and they say anything at all, I'm tapping out.
No doubt. No doubt.
They can't
But-
speak forever
But,
now.
we already have the skids that don't talk, and that every once in a while
But they did
say
talk.
something.
But they did
like
talk.
Sega.
The main character. Put the main character with no lines. That's what I want.
And then they have to make a deal where they end up with Big Sexy, and Big Sexy talks for them.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Amy, who do you give the game stick to?
So my stick, I'm gonna agree with you for the second runner-up. I think Michaels deserves it. And I'm looking at the whole from first episode to last. my stick is going to go to Sanguinette because honestly, in the first couple of episodes, I thought he was going to be this show's Dylan, who I cannot stand. Is that popular consensus? Like, I loathe Dylan
The show's
from
what?
Letterkenny. Dylan
Okay.
from, is that what his name is?
Dylan.
Who are we
From
talking about?
Letterkenny.
Riley.
The first, no.
No, the first what?
Shit. What the
Matt-
hell is
Matt-
this dude's name?
Matt Dillon?
He's a
Where is
skid.
it?
He's a skid.
Oh,
Oh.
He
Devin.
was there.
Devin.
Devin.
Jesus
Devin.
Christ.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah. Yeah. Drink up.
That's okay. It's totally okay to forget Devin.
Devin. I couldn't stand Devin, and I thought like when I
Agreed.
first saw Sanguinette, I was like, why the fuck is he here? Like, what is his purpose? He's like this. Is this what it's going to be for the whole goddamn show? Shut the fuck up, Sanguinette. And I repeated that line a lot to my dogs. It was a great line. I would tell my dogs all the time. Shut
Yes,
the
I
fuck
do
up,
that.
Sanguinette.
I do that to Shadow.
I didn't see much character in him. I thought that he was just going to kind of be like a blob character that is just told to shut the fuck up all the time. And I didn't see the purpose in him. And he like it's not just the confidence development, but like the respect that he's gained, like that whole character, that whole thing. I think he deserves it. And Michael's too. Like he was another one. I was like, what is this character going to be? This coach this cannot be the coach.
Yeah.
And they really switched stuff up with him, and I think that he deserves that honorable mention.
Yeah.
So my
agreed.
stick goes to Sanguinette.
Nice. That was a good point, Mike. I wish we had thought of that before, but I don't want to go back now and get other
Yeah.
We'll just keep on moving along here.
Here's your truth singer.
Yeah, awesome. Who do you give the stick to?
Baby, no, it's too late. What?
So I'm going to give it to Shoresy because without him, none of this would have happened.
Sure.
He was the one who said
No, wait.
this team will never lose again.
Mm-hmm.
And without him, there is no show. So there that is. And also, like,
Season 2, Sanger.
we do see seeds of the Shoresy that we get in the show in Letterkenny, especially in like senior
Like the
hockey
juniors.
championship,
Mm-hmm.
where he gets himself taken out of the game in order for the team to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are seeds there. And I mean, I think one of the how do I put
First
this?
times awesome is correct.
Ha ha ha. No, but I think one of the great virtues of choosing a character like Shoresy that you don't get a lot of in Letterkenny to be the main character for the spinoff is that he is a blank slate. So the possibilities are endless. You can build him into anything, and there's nothing to contradict that characterization.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
So
That's why
I think
Jetties will be the next spin-off. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's
Stop it.
limitless potential. There's limitless potential.
For sure. All right, we're gonna move on. Dean, do you have something for us now?
Yeah, well, actually, so I wanted, along with the polls, I did the polls for a poll for best
A
episode.
lot of pulls, buddy.
Say
A lot of
poll
poll.
one more time.
I'm going to pull my poll out right now. So
Don't count. Don't.
it is National Nude Day.
Don't.
Anyway,
Sorry now.
so there were 380 votes total for favorite episode. You could only choose once, so that means 380 votes exactly for each one vote per episode. Last place, oddly enough, Never Lose Again with 7% of the vote.
Really?
That's 25 votes. Second up, Know Your Role with 8%, 30 votes. After that, If You Can't Win, Don't Play with 61 votes. That is 17%. Then you get to Veteran Presence with 19%, 69 votes. Nice.
Nice.
Then Hockey Brings People Together with 76 votes, ending with episode 6, Don't Poke the Bear, 119 votes.
Nice.
32%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Blew everything else out of the fucking water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As it should.
Was the
Yeah, I mean-
was the last voted episode the first episode, or least voted?
yeah. So,
okay,
Never Lose
that's,
Again.
that's the one I gave the clearance to.
Yes,
and,
we know.
and-
But you're historically incorrect.
yeah. Anyway, and you know what? Like the reality is the premise for the show is a little bit, eyebrow raising, right? Because
Slapshot.
Have you seen that movie?
yes.
First of all, it's terrible. Second of all, Shoresy did it better.
Oh my goodness.
Let's fight words.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would stand on that hill and
What's-
die there.
What's going to happen? Is Reg Dunlop going to come back to life?
What he did. Benny and the Suits. But you know what? Like the premise was ridiculous because if they fold, you can't even have a league with 3 teams in it. So it's basically like we're folding, we're closing the league down. I mean, the premise is a little ridiculous, and that's and also we got too much of the trope in the first episode of I thought we got a lot of old Shoresy in the first episode, just because I don't know, because they didn't want to lose. I don't know what it was, but it was a great episode. It was the premise that I thought they could have maybe spent a little more time in the writing room and come up with a stronger.
You could have just said it's a 16 league or an 18 league and say they only have 4 games to go. They didn't really have to make it that small. I don't think.
But if you make it any bigger, then the thing is that the Bulldogs record DQs them from being in the playoffs, which precludes any kind of
you're
forward momentum for Series 2.
Yeah, with 4 teams, you automatically get a playoff if you play.
Yeah.
Roller derby was like that a lot.
Yeah, and then that's the other thing. It's like a bunch of ribbons for showing up kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
So
I don't know.
on the Slapshot comparison, do the gyms equal the Hanson brothers? Is that?
Yeah. And I think the thing that's the hockey part of Slapshot is not terrible.
No,
it's like someone got told that we got to get women to come out with their guys.
Hockey,
right?
Everything that wasn't hockey was terrible.
So this was written by sports
George R. R.
guys,
Martin's
right?
dad read
and
it
so
or something. Like it was
the,
really bad. Like no.
So anyway, the sports guys are writing this hockey thing, and somebody at the studio says, "Well, we got to have the women come out too and watch it." So we need to have a love story. And then you had sports guys writing a love story in the 70s.
So you get the wife who's tired of being completely neglected and like treated like shit by her husband who's like sleeping around, gets a makeover, and suddenly everything's fine in their marriage. It's great.
So,
you can take any movie from the 70s and rip it apart like that.
Oh, yeah.
Except
movies from that era don't.
There are
age well.
movies that stand up.
Except for Smokey and the Bandit. So
Actually, Smokey and the Bandit does actually stand up.
I did. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's the one that you can. Smokey and the Bandit. Yeah.
One of my favorite movies of all time is one of the worst probably movies that's ever rated, which is Cannonball Run. And it is what it is. I
Jackie
mean,
Chan in it.
It's one of the best, my favorite nostalgic, feel good, guilty pleasure movies of all time. And if you look on IMDb, it's probably like a 2.8 or something, right? But it is what it is. And Slapshot falls in that same category. Hockey fans love that.
I like terrible movies. You don't understand. I literally on purpose choose to watch B movies, C movies, D movies, and Slapshot was terrible. I have watched thousands of really, really bad movies. And the hockey was fine, but nothing else was good about it.
But we digress. Let's get into our game that we do over on How Are You Now for Shoresy, which is like the Fuck Fight Ferda. However, it's not what you would give somebody or what you would do to somebody. This is what you feel they deserve. Do they deserve an underwater squeezer? Do they deserve to have the mitts dropped? Or do you think they're a healthy scratch? So we're going to do that with each of the characters for the season. Not all of them, because there's some that just don't matter, in my opinion. But we want to get
important to clarify. Does the squeezer come with a turd next to you?
well, that would be that if they deserve an aqua dump, then that would be that's a whole other thing. So we're going to start off with Shoresy. We're going to start off with Shoresy. Let's see. Let's start with Matt. I'll just start with Matt on the bottom. We'll work our way up. So Matt, what do you Shoresy squeezer? Does he deserve to have the mitts dropped, or is he a healthy scratch?
Oh, he's a squeezer for sure.
Yeah,
He deserves it every day of the week.
Twice on Sundays.
Twice on Saturdays.
On a Sudbury Saturday squeezer.
Sundays are picking stones, so.
Do you and your family?
Do you and your family? I know Awesome's answer for this already. Would you like to explain how much he deserves a squeezer?
Well, first of all, he's a fucking rocket. Look at him. Secondly, again, without him, none of this would have happened. If he had not stood up in that office and said,
without
Tanis, right? Because Tanis sent him up there to her cousin.
well, Tanis automatically gets a squeezer and whatever the fuck else she wants. I did not think that was a question in this game. But
always
no. But seriously, without him, none of this would have happened. If he had not got himself together and said, this team will never lose again, and put himself out, put his own neck out and promised that he would follow through on it, we would not have a show. So there you go.
All right. Tiara.
Squeezer
for the Shoresy. Victor.
Yes, I agree that Matt should give him a squeezer.
Yeah, that's all it is. He deserves a squeezer. I'm not saying you have to give him one. I'm just saying he deserves one. That's it.
Yes, and Victor is saying that Matt is going to.
He deserves one from Matt.
From Matt, yes.
I volunteer as tribute. I mean,
you have his. All right, Amy.
Oh, he gets a squeezer for sure. How could he not?
Yeah, exactly. Al.
Sure. I mean, I would the kind of player he is, I would normally say drop the mitts because he's basically Brad Marchand from Boston. I hate those kinds of players. They're dirty players that don't back up their actions. But in this case, everything else he does around the game for the team.
Yeah. I would be gentle.
Yeah, Austin would want him to get last. So.
All right.
Sorry about that.
All right. So he gets a. You're saying he deserves a squeezer then? All right.
Yeah, under protest. I'll let him have a squeezer.
Okay. Okay. Tanya, thirsty Tanya.
Oh, hands down. Which would then
hands out? What?
Yeah.
Hands where?
A blowy for Shoresy, sure.
Blowy and a hand. Okay, nice.
She's on the Portuguese in the room.
Yeah.
I don't know PJs. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to Sanger. Matt.
Oh, he's a squeezer for sure.
Yeah.
This is the easiest game in the world right now. Am I winning?
You are so far. I know a lot of these are going to be this way. So awesome.
Yeah, no, Singer definitely deserves a squeezer, and not just from Mercedes.
No, from Meeg.
From Meeg.
I love Meeg so much.
Oh my god, I ship that so hard.
Yeah, that's the thing that I'm worried about.
Like FedEx.
Is him and Meeg, and then Mercedes. Is there going to be some kind of weird? Are they going to? I hope they don't do love. Please don't do a love triangle.
Fucking triangle.
No.
Like
three-way gives you leeway.
Non-monogamy is a thing. Let's
there you go. There you go. I'm all for that. Yeah. So, all right, T.
Sanger gets a squeezer.
All
Hell
right,
yeah.
All right, Victor.
Well, Matt's got two hands, so yeah.
Is one taller than the other, or?
Victor, what is your preoccupation with Matt's sex life? Like, come clean.
He wants to help.
He wants to watch.
He wants to help.
Victor the voyeur. Amy.
Of course, Singer gets a squeezer.
Yeah. Al.
It's all the squeezers.
Yeah, of course he gets a squeezer. I mean, he's already getting them. He's just
And
gonna
hair pets.
Yeah.
Sure. Al. Tanya.
I think I complete the circle on that one. So
all right. Complete the circle jerk is more like it. See, here we go. Hang on. Somebody put a tarp on Matt's chair.
That would be the only thing on the chair.
Oh,
I love how Matt has to look down to check.
Victor, does he get a squeezer as a healthy scratch or a mitt drop?
Victor gets the mix.
He gets the aqua dump.
There it is.
That should have been
There
the
it
third
is.
option.
Moving on. Nat. Matt. Matt.
Oh, you said it's a lot there. What's the equivalent to squeezer? Because I'm still on the squeezer train.
Finger bang.
Finger bang.
All right.
I mean,
Well then,
you get a little squeezer. A little squeezer.
A little double click. Let's go.
I like double click.
Double clicking.
Double click.
That's a squirter.
Ryan, I told you that in confidence.
Oh, I like that so much.
Circle chirp.
Yeah, finger blast if I was like 18 still, but like now I'm like,
okay.
nah.
Awesome.
That's right.
Yeah. No, Nat gets whatever the fuck she wants. I would suck her clit for 2 hours. I don't care.
There you go.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
All right. Victor.
Yes, circle blast or whatever the hell.
Oh, that's combining like 5 things.
Victor, you have had sex before, right?
You nailed that, bud.
He's got a kid, so he had to have had it at least once.
Twice.
Jerk offs.
Like a bag of sand.
Amy.
Yeah, she gets a squeezer or whatever equivalent that amounts to. Yeah, for sure.
Al.
I'm gonna double click for sure.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
like I'm playing Minesweep. Just keep going.
Yes. And that's actually a very apt thing too.
Yeah.
You touch the wrong spot and everything's wrong. But if you touch the right one, everything. Anyway, what?
Yep. I think we're going to Thirsty Tanya.
Oh, she's thirsty, not me. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, hell
Oh.
yeah.
A little.
How about the stalker?
I'm almost
And the showstopper.
The showstopper.
All right. So moving on.
That's my wife.
My wife. Meeg.
Oh God, this is triple click. Like what? Where do we keep going with this? What's the step up from that guy? I love her.
Right?
She's adorable.
So cute.
Would you be so good to her?
I would be so fucking. I'd just be waking in the morning, being good to her. Like it's
Right there, being good to
be
you.
right there.
It's actually unsettling.
Why?
Awesome.
I would put a ring on me. I'm not gonna lie. I would put a ring on her and then knock her up.
Okay. I'll watch that one.
That actually.
I get pay-per-view for that. T.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Victor.
Yeah, we would gently remove that turtle ring off first, so nobody gets injured.
Turtle ring.
But then definitely a double click.
No lies. Meeg might be going on my list. You know, I just
The laminated
the laminated list. I love her
High praise.
so much, and I would be so good to her. I just love her. Yeah.
Yeah. Amy.
I'm gonna give her a squeezer just because I think she deserves more than just a good scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she
Okay.
gets a squeezer. Let's go all the way.
All right. Let's go all the way.
Let's go all the way.
Al.
Oh yeah, Meeg's adorable. She's a cutie, so definitely.
Cutie
And I don't-
patootie.
So adorable.
I don't care about the rings.
Now, let's just for clarification, Meek was the one on Don't Poke a Bear that was making eyes at Seguinet, right?
Yes.
And
That is
The one on
correct.
every episode
So
making eyes at Nick.
cute. What's going on?
Great.
Yeah.
Tarp for everybody. You get a tarp. You get a tarp. You get a tarp.
Everybody gets a tarp.
Those looks that he was giving Seguinet,
Oh,
and
Brian.
when Zeke was like giving her the eye, and she's like, "Don't look at me like that," and she's like, "Yeah, I still got you, but I love it so much." For sure, she gets a squeezer. For
All
sure.
right. All right.
That's my favorite scene.
All right.
too,
So I think is here we get into the tough one. Zeeg. Matt.
Healthy scratch.
All right.
I don't think she wasn't. She wasn't as impactful. So,
She wasn't
yeah.
squeeze worthy, squeezer
She's
worthy.
not as cute dressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's fine. Awesome.
Okay, listen. I'm gonna give Zieg a squeezer because she's a bitchy lesbian and she makes Shoresy feel bad about himself and he's into it and I like that.
Aren't you a dyke?
And I like that.
Aren't you dating a girl? Okay. So, yeah, and I think she's definitely a ride or die bitch. So,
oh fuck yeah, hell yeah.
T.
Zieg looks and acts like my sister.
Get a little closer to your mic, please.
Zieg looks and acts like my sister. I'm gonna say it, and in all the right ways. Like even when she's being bitchy, I'm like, oh, there's Grace. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't have anything against her. It feels weird to say to give her a squeezer because like
Now you just lined it up to be with your sister.
so much like my
one more
sister.
Yeah, you made it weird, Tiara. You made it weird.
Of course I
Get a
did.
room, sister wife.
Of course I did. Of course I
Call
did.
your sister one more time.
All right. So
yeah,
what do you
she,
say?
yeah, she deserves this.
She deserves a squeezer. See, I'm saying you don't have to give her
She was
one.
torn
so,
down
yeah.
by the ladies,
Yeah.
and she didn't look terrible. She was dressed all in black, which is like what I would wear. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
For sure. Victor.
Yeah, I was going to tell her to ride the bench because she's so bitchy all the time, but maybe she needs a squeezer. So
Okay. Good logic there. Good logic.
Yep.
Amy.
I'm just gonna give her a good scratch.
Oh, good scratch.
That's where I'm gonna say. Yeah,
Good healthy
I'm
scratch.
really not
A good
even
healthy scratch.
sure why she doesn't deserve a squeezer, but for some reason in my heart, she only deserves a healthy scratch.
Matt's search history for the
That's
past
all
6 months. Mig OnlyFans, Mig OnlyFans, Mig OnlyFans.
You're gonna listen.
I have yet to find it.
You're gonna listen to this episode. Watch it on.
Okay,
YouTube.
no, but Kehlani Rose does have an Instagram feed, and that shit is.
It is
that's dangerous.
Tight.
So
Is it, Dean?
Her Instagram is
I don't know. Amy like immediately pulls it up, and she's like, "Ooh, okay."
All right. Al.
Yeah, I mean, Zieg, she's fine. She was unfairly treated by most of them, but she's also, a harsh person and likes to chirp at people and stuff. So I'm not gonna drop the mitts with her. She can do what she wants, but no squeezer here. Healthy scratch.
Healthy scratch. Tanya.
Oh, I like how she stood up to Shoresy and she was just like chirping back at him, and she stood her own even when she was at the front of the league. She held her own. I love that. So for sure she gets a squeezer from me.
Okay.
All right.
You're just handing out squeezers.
I am. I am.
Because everybody in this fucking show is like so fucking sexy.
True.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see how we go on this
look
one.
of age.
Oh God.
Now we're getting into the sluts. JJ, Matt.
Oh, drop the mitts.
Yeah.
Fucking sure. Like that's a no-brainer there.
Yeah. Awesome.
Mitts. Like Rick to Frankie, but I simply would not cheat on Laurence Leboeuf. I'm built different.
Oh, redhead. Mm.
Fuck yeah.
the slightest
Especially if you've
offender.
seen her in 19-2. If you've seen Laurence in 19-2, you would not cheat on her.
Yeah, but
There
she's
you go.
pretty bitchy in that Being Erica show. So
I don't care. I love a mean lesbian. Be mean to me.
All right. T, where are you with JJ?
JJ, drop the fucking mitts, man. Like I was so like I saw that coming from so far away, and it's literally like, this is your storyline, isn't it? You're really gonna fuck up this way, aren't you? Like as soon as they introduced Laurence as what seemed to be a girlfriend, I was
Laurence
like,
Leboeuf.
nope. He came to Sudbury for the ladies, so drop the mitts.
All right.
Don't do that. You got a girlfriend unless you have an arrangement with them.
Victor.
yeah, not because of that. Definitely dropped the mitts just because he let his team down. Like the guy,
Yeah.
what
And
the
he
fuck?
has a Siamese cat.
Well, that.
That's cultural appropriation.
Amy.
I'm definitely going to drop the mitts.
Okay.
But I want to change my answer for Zeke. Now
Okay.
that I found her Instagram, because yeah,
Zeke's Instagram.
working. I'm changing mine. Like she gets every squeezer, and I like don't even like. I fear the vagina. So
Don't
yeah,
fear
I'm like
the
not into that.
vagina.
I mean, mine's cool, but like I don't know about anybody else's. And I don't want to know about
Don't
hers
fear the
either. But
snapper.
hot damn.
Oh shit.
Don't fear the snapper.
Amy, you're good.
Wow.
That's where I'm at.
All right. JJ obviously dropped the mitts, but let me I'll talk about my theory right now. JJ, this is all set up. The French are all in it on it. LeBoeuf, the other woman he slept with, and JJ. It's all a setup. They did this to pay Shoresy back for what he did to JJ and Letterkenny.
You're so full of shit. Your eyes are brown.
But that doesn't do anything to Shoresy. That doesn't punish him in any way.
Of course it does. It punishes his team. He could never lose again, and it punishes his team. So we established, like JJ throughout this whole series shows no sign of life or intelligence. It's not him.
Because he's concussed.
Okay, awesome. Adults are speaking now.
Mid
drop.
I got your back. Awesome. I'm hit.
I love you, Tanya. Let's run away together.
Can we agree that nothing Kiso does is by accident? So go back to episode 1 where LeBoeuf makes a point of saying Quebec never forgets. She's the one.
That's episode 2.
Whatever.
Yes.
Episode 2.
Her first episode. Episode 1 of Laurence.
This is all her and Lysandra using Frankie JJ to get back at Shoresy on behalf of Quebec. It's a huge conspiracy that's happening. JJ's just part of it, but it's LeBoeuf and she's doing it all the way because she is too smart to let this happen. This is all about her.
The only way this
You
works
just
is
had
if
too
JJ 's
much
not-
sugar cereals.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, the only way it works is if JJ is actually not involved. Like he is because he's doing what he's told, but he is by no means.
Oh, he's a dumb. He's whatever. He's concussed. He's brain dead. Whatever you want to say. This is all LeBoeuf and maybe Lysandra working together.
All right. You know, I'm not going to say no. It could happen. It could happen. Tanya.
I'm pondering Al's query. Al's not there.
I still drop the mitts on.
Would
Frank.
you give his theory a squeezer?
No.
Oh my God, where were we? Okay.
JJ.
So lost. You threw me here. JJ.
He's the big guy. Doesn't say much.
Is
Yukon Cornelius.
I agree. I agree full-heartedly, 100% with Tiara. Like he gets nothing. He gets mitts drop for sure. And Victor there with between the game
and not
what
the
he's doing
Marianne and
with
Betty
the-
Ann mitts
with
either.
The women.
Like
But he gets nothing.
I agree. All right. So let's move on to Dolo. Matt.
Ooh, Dolo.
See the rope on
He's got a rope on him.
All right.
Dolo deserves a squeezer for sure. That's that no brainer.
Can't deny.
Yeah, you can't deny it.
Awesome.
Dolo deserved a squeezer from the second he was willing to like open the game with that incredible fight. Like, holy fuck.
Yeah, you got to choke up on that bat. Tiara.
I choke on that bat.
I mean, yeah, the sluts, all of them get a squeezer from me except for JJ.
All right. Victor.
Yeah, I feel like he could have made a bigger impact as a hockey player, but he'll get a squeezer. Like, you know, he's
Oh,
too
Jeff,
good to
he's
ride
not
the
a two-hander. He's a three-hander.
He's too good to ride the bench.
You gotta bring some friends.
Both of Matt's hands and one of Victor's hands.
Yeah, I don't know. I would like say like maybe, you know, tickle his balls, but I guess if that's not an option, give him a squeezer.
Oh man, I am so sampling that clip right now.
Wait, what?
Victor saying tickle his balls. I'm using that. It's gonna haunt him.
Teabagging son of a bitch.
Not a safe place.
All right.
It's not safe space. It's not
All right, Amy, how many hands for you?
I think like I'm in agreement that he deserves more than a good scratch. So we'll go with squeezer or like tank tickle or whatever.
Tank tickle. All right, Al.
Yeah, just to keep things moving here. Dolo, of course, he gets 2, 3, 4 hands, whatever, whatever that gets the job done.
Maybe that 4th hole.
Yeah.
He gets the 5 hole.
God
for
damn
sure.
it, Dean.
Tanya.
I'm guessing he's more than 5.15 inches. So yeah.
Meters.
Probably.
He's meters.
Good God.
Look at a squeezer.
That would be the boys.
Yeah.
The Russian love hammer.
Boris, the Soviet love hammer.
With
All right.
You know what they say.
More hands make less work.
There you go. All right, we're now to moving on to my buddy Goody, Matt.
I mean, it's the same deal here. It's a squeezer all around for the sluts.
Yeah, except for JJ, of course.
Yep.
Awesome.
I love Goody so much. Goody gets a squeezer.
All right, T.
Squeeze.
Squeeze. Victor.
Oh, he's such a positive guy. You got to give him a squeeze.
Right?
He's
Thinks
focused a
everything's
little too much on
unbelievable.
chicken.
Unreal.
Amy.
There's no reason not to give him a squeeze.
You got chicken tenders?
As long as you got chicken tenders, you can give him whatever he wants. Al.
I don't get what women see in him, but okay. It's because I went to high school with guys who looked and acted like him, and I don't get it. But so you know what? He's a healthy scratch for me.
Oh my. Tanya.
Jealous.
Now, which one? Just so I'm clear, remembering which slut is what.
Sticks are
Sticks are unreal.
Everything's unreal.
Yeah.
Everything was unreal.
Very quiet, probably high the entire time.
Right.
And
Everything was
super autistic.
Have you ever tried?
Pretty autistic.
What are some of the
but-
things he's
So-
ever tried?
He wasn't the newfie.
No.
No.
He was the one that would constantly mention food.
Oh, 10-inch cock.
Yes.
Right.
Settle down.
All right. Settle.
Or call it fun, whatever. Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure where the cock was.
Mhm,
Okay, so yeah. Healthy scratch. I'm gonna put him down. Yeah, everything was unbelievable, but
You guys deserve each other.
All right, now we move on to 10-inch cock or 12-inch cunt. Matt.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he comes where you're at, then all
You
10
can go
inches
to where
is a
he's-
squeezer.
He's gonna come all over you. Is where he's gonna come.
He's going to come where you're at, so you'll have to go
Man,
where he's
I think he was my favorite of the sluts.
he was.
He represented that role so well, and everything he said made me laugh. So no, 100%.
I like this one. Awesome would squeeze Hitch till he passed out.
Okay, listen.
Orgasms are unbelievable.
I would definitely beat the leather with Hitch. Okay, he does something very Aaron to me, like that Aaron Gansey and leather coat and flat cap combo is fucking deadly. Hitch absolutely deserves a squeezer, if for nothing else than the little pep talk he gave Shoresy in the stall in Game 6.
Yeah, that was good. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
He's all bees you out there. All right, Victor.
Oh yeah, that's an easy squeeze.
Easy squeeze. Easy squeeze.
Easy squeeze.
Amy.
Yeah, he gets the squeeze, of course.
All right.
Squeeze
Al.
all around.
Oh yeah. Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
Squeeze for sure. Bye.
And Tanya.
I'm feeling like there's more than just a squeeze going on with him, though. Like, if there's 10 inches, like, you got to get some boobs in there or like 2 hands or something. Like, there's a
He's definitely got to be a tit fucker.
yeah, there's a
All right. Now we move on to Michael's. Matt.
Ooh.
He's already got his dick out. Matt,
It's right there. It's right there.
I'm conflicted on this one. Ah, fuck, man. I don't want to do it, but I do. It's out already.
He's got ears and stuff.
It does.
He has
The door
his
was
door just open.
I was gonna say the door was already open.
Door's
so-
open.
All right, and
Don't even need to open.
he was so good to his team. You know, he was there in the morning.
He's right there being good to him.
Just being good to them.
Every day.
You know, if it was Michael's episode 1 or 2, it would have been a drop glove, but it's a squeezer by the end.
All right. Awesome.
Awesome.
Until he actually gets over Mercedes, it's a healthy scratch.
All right. Hey, I think he was. I mean, I think she was yours all along.
And the very last
love that
scene.
part.
Yeah.
Last scene.
All right.
So
T.
in series 2, I'll give him a squeezer.
Okay.
Healthy scratch.
Healthy
I
scratch
think he
for-
came a long way, but he was still annoying.
Not
as
enough
fuck
for a
to me.
squeezer.
Nah.
Victor.
Oh no, he's put that dick away. He's a healthy scratch.
Dick away.
Put that dick away.
Put it away.
But the door was
Put it away
open.
now. All right, Amy.
He gets a squeezer. He came like he may not be where he needs to be, but he's going where he needs to go.
He's going where he's to.
That's fair.
All right, Al.
He's come a long way, but he's still really fucking whiny, and that really annoys me. So healthy scratch for me.
All right, Tanya.
He's like a circus. Like, come on. He was so pathetic. The first episode, I was like, dude, go sit down. Like, what are you doing? And like, I saw the progression, but yeah, I'm gonna throw him in the healthy scratch.
All right. Tressa ain't gonna squeeze itself. All right.
The thing is, he's a goalie. Like no squeezers till after the championship.
Right.
All right. Okay.
I'm
so
gonna
this
tell
one-
him to put his dick away, and then I'm gonna give him the squeezer.
all right.
Through his pants.
All
Through
right.
the pants. There we go.
Over the
Perfect.
pants squeezer. So it only
high
gets in
school
his
squeezer.
pants. So now we go to the gyms.
Maybe do the 3 gyms together. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's why I said they're the gyms. They are one unit.
Jim.
First, we're gonna talk about Jim. Then we're gonna talk about Jim, and then we'll talk about Jim.
Exactly.
Right.
Matt.
I mean, I wish I had a third hand.
You could use your feet.
I mean,
That's what your mouth is for.
we can figure this out.
Oh man, you set yourself up for that one. Holy fuck.
That is what your mouth is for.
Once again,
There's other orifices.
watch
And
the,
the fourth
video.
hole.
Watch the video of this podcast.
Stand by my statement.
All right. Awesome.
All 3 of them squeezers. Every
All right.
single one.
Yeah, all right.
Squeeze that.
Okay, is Victor.
Squeezers.
Well, at least he didn't say, I wish I had a third leg. But, well, you know what? The 3 gyms, they deserve squeezers, but I think they would appreciate, what's that second option that we're
Drop the
calling?
mitts?
Drop the mitts. I think they all want to drop the mitts. For
They,
them,
they
those are
deserve a squeezer because they've dropped the mitts themselves.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All right, Amy.
They get squeezers. I mean, who doesn't?
Squeezers. Al.
Oh, they're beauties. Of course, they get squeezers. The problem is it progressively gets longer because the third one he'll talk your ear off, right?
Oh,
Hey.
right.
All right.
Don't say that like it's a bad thing.
That's my favorite.
All right. Tanya, are your arms tired now?
Oh, get in the circle, boys. Like, just there you go.
All right. Now I'm going to throw this one in here because I personally think he deserves one. Fish. Matt.
Healthy scratch.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All
I was
right.
teetering even on drop the mitts. I still not a Fish fan. I'm not
All
sold
right.
on him.
Well, no, I'm not talking about the band.
Ah.
I know you take showers and stuff, so.
I had my weekly one yesterday.
All right. Awesome.
You know,
You
Jacob
know-
Smith is probably a perfectly lovely person in like real life, but he just has such a punchable face. I'm going to give him a healthy scratch because I don't think he deserves the mitts.
All right. All right. Victor. I'm sorry, T.
I would say healthy scratch because I mean he's still just grumpy and doesn't seem like he's really having fun. He's like He's there despite not wanting to be there, even when he's winning.
All right, Victor.
They're great musicians, but one song just sounds like it's just going on forever. And never
Right? Hard agree.
Yes.
Yeah. So no, but you know what? No, ride the bench or healthy scratch, whatever we're saying. Because
ride the pine.
Throwing a whole curveball in there.
Yeah. No, the guy, you don't go to the principal's office. Don't. That's stupid.
March in there and say you're going to quit, and then don't actually quit.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
All right.
Don't
all
need to announce your departure.
All right, Amy.
I'm gonna give him a healthy scratch because I don't think he deserves a squeezer.
All right, Al.
Healthy scratch. He's come a bit of a way, but not all the way yet.
All right, fine. I guess I'm the only one, unless Tanya is unless Tanya's arms aren't noodles yet.
You know, the one thing about Fish, though, at the end, he did say he didn't. It wasn't that he didn't hate to win or
Didn't love
to win.
He loved to win.
He hated to lose.
Yeah.
And so that kind of pulled him over on Shoresy's side. But at the same time, that doesn't give him enough to give him a squeezer. So
He's got too much hair for you, Tanya.
It's a bit 11th hour. It's a bit 11th hour. You know what I mean?
Would you give him a good pegging?
it would be a healthy scratch.
All right. What about Laurence Leboeuf? Matt.
Oh, double click.
What?
I said double click.
Oh, okay. All right. Awesome.
Oh yeah, Laurence gets whatever she wants.
All right.
I
T.
love her.
Right click and left click.
All right. Victor.
Oh, she can fuck right off.
Oh, you're just dropping the mitts on her.
Yeah, well, I don't like her in Being Erica.
Oh.
Oh my God. That's not the show we're watching.
I don't care.
Oh,
I don't care. I don't like her there.
So you're dropping the mitts, or are you giving her help?
No. She's riding the pine.
All right. Because that sounded like a fight to me. Fight on sight, bud. Amy.
I'll buy her whatever clicker she wants. I don't want to do it myself. But I think she deserves it. So here's a gift, friend.
There you go.
Yeah, especially because JJ stepped out on her.
Right?
Yeah, she deserves a little relief.
You don't want the wrath of the
I will
redhead.
be her. I will be her rebound. It's okay.
Alt tab.
All right. I do have one more after this, Al. So
All right.
so let's finish up, Laurence. Al, Tanya.
Yeah, squeezer or double click, triple click, quadruple,
All right.
whatever. Right click
All right.
and just click all the way.
All right.
Scroll lock.
Tanya.
Banjo music played all the time.
Oh yeah.
Banjo music.
Banjo.
Yeah, because you got to strum.
Oh man, have you never
right.
watched a person
I mean,
play the banjo?
Have you never seen Deliverance?
I'm from West Virginia, so
Yeah, I saw what happened to Ned Beatty.
go
So
outside right now.
anyway, so this will be our last one, and I think we should all be good to her, Laura Moore.
Oh,
Oh, I'd be so good to
I'll
her.
just say,
Oh, Laura.
Yeah, can we all say? Can we all agree?
Is there
Can we all
anybody
agree?
that's not?
oh, I'd be so good.
Victor?
All right. So that's it. That's everybody.
It's unanimous. Unanimous.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's getting two
I-
squeezers and a palm or something.
Right?
You know, and on top of it, I genuinely think she was one of the most believable characters in the
She's
entire
great.
show.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
So
I love
natural.
her.
Oh yeah.
Right? Pouring or drinking the coffee behind stage, best coffee in town. That is me in a heartbeat. Not coffee, but
I'm a
yeah.
little concerned about her drinking problem, but other than that, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
Yeah, you did.
All right. So Al, go back
right.
back to you, Al.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Dean. That was a lot of fun. We're going to do a quick round the table about our hopes for season 2. Let's try to keep it quick because we are going on 2 hours now. Tanya, what would you like to see in a season 2?
Oh,
of Shoresy?
come on. It's just like right there. It's like right there.
What's there?
Shoresy,
Mhm.
like the weights and Shoresy, come on, like tarps down. It's gonna be exciting as hell.
Who wants more naked Shoresy?
This
I
is
like that.
the infinite slip and slide.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it because there is so much story. There's so much to work with. I love that there's story with Shoresy, and I love that we just get to build on it bigger and bigger, more.
So thirsty.
I'm really excited.
Okay, Matt. I'm gonna mark Tanya as undecided on that one. Matt?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure I'm excited to see it, but I think you're on to something, Al. I don't know if you're 100% right on your theory. There's something with the Quebec Never Forgets. We called that out right away. I'm interested to see what I hate that they're giving JJ and his storyline as much attention as they are, but I assume that's where they're going. Hopefully it turns around a bit. Like even at the end where Shoresy's like, oh, JJ will be back. Why? I don't understand why he's so excited for him to be back after he just keeps stiffing him on every episode. So I don't know, but that I assume they're going that route in some way. Let's just hope it.
It's the family thing.
Yeah,
I'm hoping. Here's what I would love to see. I'm not saying it would happen, but I would love it if, because JJ's in Quebec and they can't get him back, and they need somebody to replace him for the playoffs. If maybe they can open up another spot, and then Shoresy goes to Letterkenny and recruits Riley and Jonesy to join the Bulldogs. That would be kind of a fun little twist, a fun story development there. So I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I would love it if that happened. Victor?
I want to see Coach make an appearance. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, some fun crossovers there.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm also interested. I think it has nothing to do with your convoluted theory, but I'm interested to see what happens with Frankie JJ and So, but what I'm most excited about is that we finally have a really great hockey show, and so I just want the next season to be great, and the season after that, I want to see 11 seasons of Shoresy. So,
and Amy is really happy about the hockeyness of this show as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Learning so much. I never knew. We're actually looking forward to going to like some hockey games around here because I want to see the fights. Like that's what people go for, right? Right?
Yeah.
It's a real thing. That's not just a myth, right?
It's turning into a myth. It's not.
I think it's about the blue streaking puck going into a net.
Oh, no, that's my God, 30 years.
No ice soccer.
Tiara, what do you want to see in season 2 of Shoresy?
I want to see Shoresy wear down Lore more, but like not in a way that is annoying or like the consistency. Like she said, the consistency is charming, and I totally agree with her on that. I want to see him not fuck up and like earn her saying yes somehow.
He's consistent, but he never pushes never crosses.
He doesn't make it creepy. He's just like, hey, I'm gonna let you know. I'm
gonna shoot my shot.
When she walks away, he stops and he doesn't stalk her. If he runs into her,
gives just a little look back.
Yeah, exactly.
Like she's not telling him to fuck off. She's basically like, you are fucking adorable, and just walking away. And he's like, that's my in. I'm gonna get there
eventually.
It is so
wearing
perfect,
you down.
isn't it? So perfect.
Dean, what about you?
You know what? I honestly I hope to see Tanis. In the next
I was
season.
thinking that too.
Well, isn't Nat Tanis's cousin, or
I think that's what.
Or
They've already set it
Megan
up.
Zieg.
I think Janice is her cousin.
But she says that
That's the
Shoresy's
one
going
playing her
to
mom?
play for her cousin's team,
Her sister.
right?
Right. It's her sister.
Her
Right.
in real life, the Dennis, the guy who plays Dennis is her
Janice is her sister in real life, but in
But no,
Letterkenny-
she said Shoresy up to her cousin's team, so
yeah.
that would have been.
I don't know if that's Nat or if she's referring to Megan Zieg, right? I'm not
Right.
sure.
Don't know.
Okay, and Amy, what do you want to see in next season? More hockey, right?
Actually, I mean, yes. This is the only way I'm gonna learn it. So.
Right? Yeah.
And
Michael's
for
dick.
next season, I want to see like more development, of Laura and Shoresy, but it can't cross over yet. That can't be the end yet. Not next season. And there's a lot of other stories that I want to see them develop more, but not come to total fruition yet. What I do want to see is Frankie JJ. I want to see what happens with that. I think the next season would be the time for that to blow up in some way. So. That's what I'm looking for.
If it does happen with Shoresy and Laura Moore, it'll be interesting to see what relationship Shoresy looks like, right? Because
Not yet. He has to be a slut still.
Well, because
he
he wasn't a slut this season though.
No, he really wasn't.
I mean, he talked about it. He hinted at it.
Oh yeah, that he used to be for sure.
The only
But,
ones that
like,
were
he hasn't-
JJ and
yeah.
Goody.
Yeah.
He'll be fine. He uses a bowl. He'll be fine.
On that note.
What's he catching in the bowl there?
Austin, what do you want to see next season?
I do want to see some payoff for Laura Moore. I want to see some steps forward there. I want to see steps forward with Meeg and Sanger.
Yes.
I want to see the playoffs. I want to see how they pull it off and pull it out of the hole that they dug themselves. I want to see how Nat negotiates the line between folding and now we actually do have a successful team. My big prediction for Series 2 is that they win the playoffs, they fold, and then they immediately reincorporate and they have a brand new record.
Yeah, I think they could. Oh, yeah, they could always come back as a different
Loopholes.
team. Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
yeah, I mean, because my thought is you could actually say that they didn't lose. They lost a game, but they didn't lose. Because they came together as a team. Everybody's on the same sheet of music, so they actually won.
Well, and even beyond that,
Sure. Yes.
even beyond that, if they win the playoffs,
That's the
if
friends
they
we made
win the
along the way.
playoffs, then they didn't lose, right? So there you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a stretch.
it'll be interesting. All right, let's quickly move on here to just a little update. Letterkenny cold open bracket.
Update.
I'll let her say it. She's sexier. All right. This week we had round 3 happening at the Letterkenny cold open bracket. Here are the matches that happened. So Toilet Talk lost to 5.15 inches. 112 to 91. It was a valiant effort. Valiant effort. Alexander Jeff
McHenry.
Matt got Jeff and his fans to try to make the comeback.
So really quick on McHenry, I had a moment with him earlier today, and I got to quickly share. So yeah. So awesome. You did the AMA with him on Reddit, which are always good. And I had asked a question. I chimed in, and I guess he lost my question. And it was really the guy's. He's a beauty. Let's get this real.
Yeah.
He reached out to me privately on Twitter and said, "Hey, you asked me a question yesterday, didn't you?" And he's like, I can't find it again, but I didn't want to think I forgot you. So and then reached out. I'm like, thanks so much. And ultimately, he did find my question and quickly respond. But I thought it was such a class act moment, like to show that he took the time to track me down. I'm scrolling Matt on Reddit as well, so it wasn't that hard to put it together. But what a great guy! And,
Amazing. He's a good guy. He's a really good guy.
That is amazing.
Yeah. Next matchup here, Tarps Off Boys, the OG 97, Roberta Bondar 61. So we're going to say goodbye to Roberta Bondar.
What? Hard no.
The Hickoff 71 over Beat Your Dick December 54. So the Hickoff moves on. Takes the Dirt Road 64, Alphabet Aerobics 42. So that's a bit of an upset, I think.
42 always wins.
Yeah. I think
He
Take
answered
the Dirt
everything.
Road wins that one there. For some reason, the butt play always wins. I don't know what. Old Bad Boy Gus 55, Anton Seadou's 50. So Gus beats out Anton Seadou. This is the closest one of this round so far.
Listen, doggos, puppers always win. Okay, it's puppers always win.
And the one that's currently going right now, Dad Noises with 42 and Fun Dip Dry Rip, which shouldn't even have been in this round, 16. So anyway, you can still go vote on that one. It's still open until tomorrow morning. So if you want, vote on that one. All right, guys, this has been a blast. We got time now for just some final comments. We'll go around the table and then we'll close it off. So Tanya, you got any final comments?
Yeah, so this was so much fun. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Tara, Dean. Amy, it was nice to meet you. You were amazing. Love you in your bowl and your stick. Awesome as always. I will beat my husband more later. Yeah,
Hey, that's bedroom talk.
Right? He's got a big smile when he said that.
Matt, Victor, you guys are awesome as always. So much fun. Really looking forward to doing this again, hopefully. And yeah, can't wait. It was great. Thanks.
Yeah, it's such a plus. I love that Al and Dean, you guys are clearly working more on your collaboration and pre-show prep because there's this real
like
handoff.
30 minutes beforehand.
Yeah.
We met this afternoon to talk
Just
about
real
You were on,
little-
you were on the phone earlier for a good hour and then a half an hour before everyone showed up.
Yeah, it's just real Laurel and Hardy back and forth. I love it. It's working out.
That's great.
So I love it, and these continue to be so much fun. I appreciate everyone here that comes out. I'm sad that we're at the end of another season. We don't have a story or what's coming next, but we're gonna hold on. We're gonna have some fun in between. I know, Al, you've got a ton of ideas on our end. I'm not sure if you guys are doing stuff on the Harry and our end, but we'll still collab and let's keep this engine going because this community is such a fucking blast. So thank you.
Such a beauty.
Such a
Hey,
fucking beauty.
let's answer Liz's question here.
Yes, there will be an after party. Don't worry. I'll post the link to the DM after this.
Like I literally just went in the DM chat and said, "We're going long. It won't. It's gonna happen."
It's not like they're
on
watching or
solo.
anything.
No, I know they should be watching. Why aren't they watching? I love this format, and now that we're all caught up, I mean, Letterkenny season 11, Shoresy season 2. I think we should continue doing our recaps this way. It's been a lot of fun.
I agree.
Yeah. So thank you everyone here for being here. To my panel, happy second year anniversary.
All
We
right.
just
Right,
celebrated 2
yesterday.
years.
That's
yesterday.
wild, man.
2 years.
Amazing. We've been doing this for 2 years. How long have you guys been doing it, Dean? 3, 4?
No idea.
We started in 2018.
2018.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
4.
that's
We're
right.
going on 4. So I can't believe, what
No
started
idea.
as a pandemic project, and here we are still doing it and going strong. I think.
I still remember that first conversation. Who'd have thought we'd be here 2 years later? But,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so happy that we are.
Yeah, kudos to everyone here. Had a great time. Thank you all for joining tonight. Victor?
Yeah, so dumb. So dumb is my cold that I'm still getting over. So that's why I've been a little quiet today. But having to mute myself a lot while I was coughing. But I appreciate Awesome being on a panel because now I don't have the worst mic anymore. So
She's on her phone.
Hey, I'm not always this bad.
Oh God,
I love it.
Victor.
Well done.
Anyway, you guys are great. Dean, Al, you did it great collaborating. So thanks for that. And yeah, can't wait to do it again.
Jar?
Every time I hang out with you guys, whether it's on your show or at an after party or on our show, it doesn't matter. The live reads, all of it. Like, I love you guys so much. I have so much fun with you. Like, I have a friend who texted who was watching earlier before they had to do something. They're like, "You're so happy." Like, I always am laughing continuously when I'm hanging out with you guys. So yeah, when it comes to collaboration, I'm all in. Anytime you guys want it. Like, I love y'all.
Great.
Our universe is amazing.
We appreciate you. Too.
Universe.
And yes, this universe fucking rocks. Dean?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Huh?
Holy fuck.
Oh man, yeah, I
So
fucking
dumb.
I love this. We've got, it's weird to be wrapping up a season and not having something else to go into immediately. I mean, it's the only thing I've got going right now is after this is Disputed, which everyone should go over to disputed.com/ SAHM Psalm V Wick. So it's Assam from Warrior versus John Wick. You should go watch at least the recap piece and then go vote on who you think should win, because that was an absolutely excellent episode and we have far too few votes to not have a good turnout.
And also, if you've never watched The Warrior,
Yes,
or
Warrior,
you should go and watch it. There's only 2 seasons and it's amazing.
it's on
Go and
HBO
watch
or
it.
probably Crave up there.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
yeah.
Thank
Anyway, so yeah.
Amy?
I'm just happy to be here. Like, this community really is great. It is. I think I'm like the newest noob. And I'm glad to have found you both, like both entities. You guys are great. The Letterkenny community is great. More people, like I'm down, like I said, in West Virginia, so more people down here need to get on this bandwagon. I actually found out that somebody that I work with he said something like, "That's fucking embarrassing," and I snapped my neck and I said, "Was that a letter Kenny go out? Was that letter Kenny?" So it's catching on. There's more of us, and like it's kind of like
One of us.
you know, yes, exactly. And it's great. So I appreciate y'all.
Excellent.
That's what I
Nelson,
appreciate about you.
last word goes to you as usual.
Haha, thank you. Yeah, no, like, again, I love being on both y'all shows. I love this collab. I love the support that the community gives. And I'm just glad to be here with all of you. And you guys are my friends. That's why I invited you to my birthday party. So.
Oh, is this your birthday?
No, fucking the 30th.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. I was going to say.
When Trevor came on the after party.
Oh yeah, we can totally
you're
make
having
it
a
to your
brain
birthday
hematoma.
party in California, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. No,
right.
when we had the after party with
Right,
Trevor, that was grand.
Can we just do that? But I couldn't remember. Sorry, I'm getting old too. All right.
An old timers moment.
Exactly. So I'm just going to say in our before the music plays, next week on our podcast, we're going to have our regular end of season Ag Hall social. That's going to be on Friday night, and we're starting at 9, not 9:30. So that hopefully some of our other listeners who go to bed earlier.
You need to specify your time zone.
Eastern. 9 o'clock Eastern next Friday. I just saw Matt chewing on his lip. I think he's got a conflict. Sorry, buddy. Hopefully he can make it. Also, there's going to be a big party. We're going to have.
He was trying to lick his chin nipple.
Yeah.
I might be sitting in my car again.
Yeah, he might be sitting in his car. I bet he's going up to Collingwood. So there's going to be drinks, BYOB. There's going to be trivia. There's going to be giveaways. And I don't want to get people's hopes up, but the giveaway this year may be a hockey jersey. But
Wait, how do we enter?
Look at Matt. Now he's really biting his
Go
lips.
Sports.
And all you have to do to be eligible is write us an Apple review, and you will be eligible for that draw. That episode is going to take place, as I said, on Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you'd like to join us, send a DM at ProduceandPod, and I'll send you the Zoom link.
If people don't have an Apple, how else can they enter?
They can use a pear.
Yeah.
Honey Chris.
I want a blue spatula, Victor. Somebody show Victor a blue spatula.
Eric and I are negotiating a produce stand hockey jersey. So that may be a thing, but there's only going to be one. Usually we have 4 items to give away this time because it's a big ticket item. So it's going to be one item. That anyway, Dean, go for it.
So
we don't have a show coming up.
We don't have a show coming up. We're probably going to be getting. Hopefully we'll be getting back to our Wondering type podcast. So if you're a fan of Jack Reacher, not the Tom Cruise one,
no.
The real one, we'll hopefully we'll be back to there. But and disputed, which we do every other week on Thursdays. So
what's happening with Boondocks?
Well, they did not renew.
Yeah.
They canceled the reboot.
Oh dear.
So
and season 4, which we haven't technically done yet, is the least of the season.
It's the least favorite season because that's where they fired Magruder from his own show.
We're gonna do a season wrap up thing eventually, but everyone is busy.
Yeah, because everybody else has got other things going.
It's not like you don't have a dozen other podcasts that you're working on.
So that's all I got. That's it.
All right.
Right. You want to play us off then, Dean?
So let me do the thing.
We'll see you next time, whatever that is.
So on behalf of Matt, Victor, Al, Tanya, Tiara, Amy, Awesome, and anybody else I missed, and myself, that guy. So thanks for listening and have a great week.
See you at the after party.
And before we say goodbye, we want to thank you for putting your bums in our seats. We really appreciate the time you spent with us this entire season. We want to thank our guests for helping make each episode such a joy. Also, a big shout to the fellas at Light the Lamp for their awesome intro and outro music. Go check them out on Bandcamp and everywhere where else you might be able to find them. We'll see you soon for Letterkenny Season 11. Take care, everybody.
All right, I don't know